Hello and welcome to the Super Basement Bro Show. My name is Connor and I'm joined by my co-hosts Tanner and Hasten.
Hi.
Today, this is a more casual episode. We're actually going to talk about the Avengers beta that just launched. Hasten's been playing it. We want to kind of talk about that, and then there's also been Suicide Squad news for Rocksteady. So just
kind of a superhero.
A very video game superhero episode. Yeah.
Stuff we've been waiting for. Like, how long is it? 10 years ago, so right? Iron Man came out. 11 years
12.
Now,
Yeah.
12, something like that.
Yeah.
So we've been waiting for games to come out.
Good
that
games.
are actually good Marvel games, right? Or good DC games. We got one in 2018 with Spider-Man.
I think specifically like AAA.
Like DC, well,
superhero.
DC has dominated the video game
Oh my
space,
gosh, yeah, with
like
the
by
Batman
far, with
games.
Arkham and stuff like that. And Marvel, we've been waiting like, how is Marvel not capitalized off of these films which are dominating? And
Well,
one of the biggest entertainment industries.
Yeah.
There is. It probably, as far as dollar amount, I think it is the biggest.
I mean, before Insomniac Spider-Man, like,
I bet that
what
was
did we have?
I bet that's what that made them
last 10
see
years.
that it was successful. I bet Marvel was a little skeptical, about the games being super successful until they saw the success.
Well, like
Insomniac's game.
Well, and before Insomniac's game, I mean, what did we have? There was Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, which was pretty new.
I don't
too.
even know if those are considered like AAA though.
No, I mean, yeah, it's more like a AA game, but then there was Guardians of the Galaxy Telltale, which I guess is more AA as well. But yeah, it's weird. Like, how has there not been
like
one
a
yet?
major Marvel release?
And it's amazing.
And now, so Avengers by Crystal Dynamics, who you might know them from Tomb Raider, owned by Square Enix, are developing. When they announced this, like 2 or 3 years ago.
It was a while ago.
It's been a while now.
All there was
E3
that teaser.
2018, 17.
Yeah, one of the two.
Oh,
it's been at least 2 or 3 years that we've known about this, and it's finally coming out in just under a month now. And the beta is out on PlayStation first, which we'll also talk about the Spider-Man.
And it got
news in a bit.
even released even earlier than they had planned it. Now, to where they're getting an even longer beta.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it came out like 2 days early.
What do you mean?
Early. The PS4 beta.
It's supposed to start on Friday.
Yeah, it came out a day early, didn't it?
It started on Friday.
Oh, okay.
Which is when it was supposed to.
Yeah.
So they're not getting anything early as far as, well, they are getting the beta early, but I think that's more to test load the servers, right? Because, you're going to eventually have all these going on, so they're like, hey, can we handle even PS4? Yes, we can. Hey, can we handle Xbox? Yes, we can. Can we handle PC Xbox, and PlayStation? Yes, we can. So I think that's why they're slowly introducing them and not just doing one big open beta.
That's true.
So.
Well, so Hasten, you have actually played the PlayStation 4 beta as of right now, just for a night, right?
Yeah.
What are your
I've
thoughts on it?
got about, I would say 4 to 5 hours of the beta total.
Wow.
Oh, how long is the beta? Because I've heard it's pretty.
You
big.
can replay the missions as many times as you want. So there's that opening, which takes about an hour and a half.
That's the Golden Gate Bridge, right?
Yeah, the Golden Gate Bridge and everything, A-Day.
Well, that's who plays everybody else.
That's where you play as every single Avenger once, real quick, like their quick learning tutorial, basically, of them. And so after that, it kind of opens up, and you get onto your helicarrier, right? That breaks during the mission thing.
I have a quick question. With the beginning part, where you're on the Golden Gate Bridge, is it quick time events? Is it like where you're not really
quick time events, but most of it you control.
Oh, okay, that's good. Because from what I'd seen, it didn't look like
that was one of the biggest concerns. I remember when this trailer debuted a couple years ago at E3 or whatever. Was people were like, "Is this all QTEs, or is there actual gameplay?"
I will say so. There's two or three quick time. I think Iron Man has one, but it's not very big. But Hulk and Thor have quick time events, but it actually makes them feel better because there are things you really couldn't do in the game. Like, it's just not possible. Mm-hmm. So the first one, Thor, basically, he drops down from the skies, which you can do, actually. You can drop down from the skies with this hammer, but I think it was just more cinematic to play.
Right.
Scene. But he drops down from the skies and just makes this huge thunder explosion. And then I think Hulk has to break through a thing, and you just press, X, and he breaks through a tank or something. That's really
not
the
something that's normal.
Everything else you do.
Yeah.
And, attack.
I've never actually really understood the complete hate for QTEs either. Because, the thing is there's some situations where I think that's all that would work.
They're better.
Yeah, it's like Spider-Man has them too. Even the Arkham games have them in some ways. It's like there's some things that you can't always control. That
I know a game that brought him into gameplay regularly was Rise Son of Rome. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Where the executions were QTEs. Where you fight them normally and then it flash yellow. Press Y and then you do
a cool execution.
And I think sometimes it's needed, like in Avengers.
Yeah.
It's something that you can't do normally in gameplay, where it's it's gonna need a little more cinematic.
Well, and there's even some games like Resident Evil 4 was one of the first games I remember there being QTEs in for cutscenes. And I remember this would piss people off because randomly you'd be in a cutscene and everyone puts the controller down for a bit, and then all of a sudden it'd be like Leon pulls out his knife and it says press B and you're like, oh frick, and you have to hurry and try to attack by doing a QTE. I think those are the ones that maybe annoy people a bit more.
Yeah.
But
mixing gameplay, like cutscenes and like real fighting seems fine to me.
Yeah.
Well, from what I've seen,
because like when you start so the cutscenes are only to end a action or to begin a action.
Right.
It's not like there's a middle section that's just press this, press this, press this.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Well, and that's what I've seen. Is like I was a little worried until I saw normal gameplay now, and it looks like it's pretty.
I was
pretty
super
fluid.
worried. I know me and Connor were too as well worried because we were like, this thing. I don't know about this because like
I've been worried about it.
The gameplay that they showed was like it wasn't very good, and then and it felt like even the Thor gameplay they showed a couple weeks
didn't
ago
seem very free flowing.
It didn't at all. So I don't know if they just didn't have a great player because I played that exact section.
Right.
It was fun.
And it was really fun. It was super cool.
I think the reason why it seemed that way is because they were doing it because it was a trailer. They like
well,
had
that's
to
the
make
thing
it
is
seem...
it's funny because there's the classic E3 trailer demo thing
where it's
like they
gameplay.
do like it's almost like robotic gameplay where they do the thing like Naughty Dog will do this with
Instead
the Last of Us demos, where instead of like sprinting in a normal spot they'll do like the cool look up at the sky and you see the sun and it's like
nobody plays that way.
They're trying to actually show off the game like
right.
look at all this in the world
when they're actually playing they're just sprinting through, jumping over stuff, looking straight down.
So I have a lot of time. So like I was saying, the helicarrier opens up basically, and you go to the war table. So after you go to the war table, you got to get through. So basically, that's when you can start playing with everybody. So you can't play with everybody
select missions
during that whole Golden Gate Bridge thing. That's just getting you introduced. But once you get to the helicarrier, you can play with everyone. Which I haven't got to play with anyone, but there has been matchmaking issues. So
I've heard that.
That's something they're working on, but it is a beta. It's the first beta. Still, it's 3 more weeks.
It's a good thing it's a beta and it's not like another game that came out like Fall Guys. Which
isn't working.
It isn't working. But dude, that game, we'll talk about that later, but that game is so freaking fun.
I haven't even played it yet.
It's so fun.
It's PlayStation and PC exclusive, right?
Yeah.
Did you
it's
buy
free
it?
on PS4. No, it's
Do you know if it's coming?
PS4 game right now.
Have you heard if it's coming to other consoles?
They want to bring it to other consoles, but it's going to be a ways out.
It seems like a gang beast kind of a
It does. It's so freaking fun, dude. Like, I hope it comes to... It would be the perfect Game Pass game.
Right.
I would love for that game to come to Game Pass. And
I bet it will if it comes
out. I don't know, if it's already PlayStation... If it launched PlayStation Plus...
It's going to be a while.
Yeah, I think it'll be
I think they have an exclusive agreement with them for a while. It's like a time
But it's not
exclusive,
exclusive. It's on PC.
Yeah, but they have...
Since
it's on PS Plus... It launched on PS Plus, too. Like, and for free.
Oh, wow.
So, like, that's how I've been playing. I didn't spend $1.
I have a trial. I'm going to...
You could... Yeah, literally, and then you...
Because I thought you bought it. I was like, I don't know.
No, yeah, it's free on PlayStation Plus. That's cool. Yeah, that game was broken though at launch. Like you literally couldn't play it, and I tried coming in the first night and I couldn't play it. So it's a good thing that Avengers at least.
Well, it's good that they're doing a beta where they can.
Well, and the thing is, Avengers you can play solo. So like,
which I love.
The matchmaking is broken.
Love.
You can play it solo, and the computer will control the other 3 players.
That's cool.
So you still have everyone there.
Are they smart? Is the AI smart?
I haven't been paying attention. I should pay attention more, but I've just been enjoying.
The
crushing things with the Hulk.
This is kind of a stupid... But is there, like, synergy between the heroes? Can, like, Thor electrify...
I think they said something about that in the trailer. Maybe not.
Because that's kind of
so
a...
There isn't
Arkham. There isn't really in the beta.
If Thor could, like, electrify Captain America's shield and then, like, throw
cool.
it, like, that would seem like that's something...
That's something they definitely will
add. It isn't in the beta, but with it being a games as a service game, it's coming.
Oh, for sure.
It's going to be there.
Because I feel like then you could create synergy and, like, you would actually, like, it'd be...
Give you more reason
to pick a certain character.
Or play with friends or whatever.
Well, in that way, if you're, like, doing, like, a raid or, like, a harder level, you know, where you're like, okay, you need to be Iron Man because you need to electrify my shield because it does, like, extra damage. You know, like, where you can kind of, like...
That'll be something they definitely will put in because, even Arkham Knight has that when you do the duo missions with, like, Nightwing or Robin and you guys can, like... bounce off.
And there's so much you can do with those guys. You could have Hulk throw Captain America or something.
Well, they're literally built for it because, like, heck, I obviously I love DC and I love the Arkham games, but like Batman and Nightwing play very similarly. It's like think about what you could do with like Hulk and Thor.
Well, and it's because
doing something
like Batman is
like
that's awesome. Solo crusader,
and he's real in terms of he doesn't have superpowers.
Right. Well,
his superpowers are rich.
Batman works alone.
Yeah.
You know, so it's kind of like even if he did have, it wouldn't make sense.
And he always wants them to leave too.
Like the Avengers are a team. They like even in the movies they work together. You know, like even like when in Iron Man 2 he gets electrified and like boosts his suit up or something. Oh, what?
I don't remember.
Oh, no,
in
Hulkbuster?
Thor charges him.
Yeah. He's like, Thor hit me, and then Thor
Throws
lightning.
this
out,
is in another
and
movie.
then
I don't
blows
think it's
up.
in any like Iron Man movie, but I think it's in one of the Avengers.
Well, and then they even do it in like Avengers 2. In Avengers 2, the movie, when all the Ultron robots are coming at them, Thor jumps and hits Captain America's hammer and Captain America's shield goes
Yeah.
boom.
Well, heck, even in Endgame, it's just Captain America doing it, but that freaking awesome scene where he's charging at Thanos, throwing Mjolnir and bouncing it off his shield too. Like,
Shield and like imagine that. That'd be sick. I hope they
See,
add
that
if it's
kind of
not
stuff.
already
Though that kind of stuff is hard to control in gameplay. Those will have to be quick
QTEs.
Quick time,
Yeah,
exactly.
that has to be quick time. You can't.
and that's fine.
Do they have? Do
can't
they
make
not
that
have like
function.
supers then? Like
They do.
Destiny.
Well,
Like
I'll
the
talk
double-
about supers. So
Okay.
there's supers.
That's good.
So each character has 3 abilities basically. It's like almost a clone of Destiny. It's
Yeah,
hilarious.
that's what I've heard a lot of people
You get-
say, or like a Warframe.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but so like I'll use Iron Man's as his because I know all his and they're probably the coolest.
Mm-hmm.
So Iron Man's ultimate is he turns into the Hulkbuster.
Oh,
you
so
get to
you
play,
do
you get
super.
to he turns into the Hulkbuster.
Oh, that's cool.
And then he has the unibeam that throws out of his chest,
Uh-huh.
and then he has like a huge explosion that goes everywhere.
Hmm.
The Hulk has like the Hulk hands when he claps,
Mhm.
which is like iconic to him, and that it clears out a room, dude. It's like it's insane.
That's cool.
Are the real fast? Are the guys you're fighting like robots for the most
Well,
part?
it's
or are
AIM.
they-
It's
the-
AIM, which is advanced something.
It is,
So
they are
mostly robots.
Are there humans at all?
But in
'Cause
this
how would they
situation, it
explain
makes
like
sense.
Hulk like busting a human and not?
I think I have fought humans.
because
So in this
Yes, I
sense,
have
it
fought
makes
humans
sense,
because in
yeah.
the Golden Gate Bridge you fight humans.
and do they kill them or?
I think
is
it's much
are
more
they-
I think it's like
they-
Batman where he shoots him with his tank and it's
they're
fine.
they're alive
Or even in,
somehow.
like Destiny's rated T and they like explode aliens. It's like
Yeah.
I think as
I'm
long
just
as it's
thinking
not
of it more
gory.
where it's like it's like in
You
Bat.
more see bodies just fly.
Yeah.
Like or robot. Even the robots don't like. Well, even the robots do fall apart, but a lot of times you'll just see the robot bodies like fly.
Or like the human bodies land on the ground.
Because
and
it's like
blood.
in Insomniac Spider-Man, when you hit someone off a building, they always land in a web. Like they will always do that. And then in Arkham Knight, the tank apparently shoots rubber bullets, which is like okay.
Even then it would kill him.
Yeah, but so it's like I just wondered if they had a solution for that with Avengers, with Hulk freaking literally busted people.
You know, these are things I think we'll pay attention to next week when you play it. When you guys
Yeah.
play the Avengers.
Yeah.
We'll play it next weekend with each
Yeah,
other.
yeah.
for sure.
But what was I saying?
You were
Well,
talking
that-
about
this
the,
is what I-
the superpower.
So
gives
yeah,
me
those are the
hope.
only
Ultimates.
twos I've really done. Oh, Kamala Khan, she's actually really fun to play as. I wasn't
I've
sure
seen
about
her.
her going into this game.
Well, she's
But
the only one that's
In the
not
small story
in the
that you
original
get,
Avengers.
but the voice acting is incredible.
Really.
Oh, is it? Good.
Yeah,
that's
Nolan
good.
North?
That's
in the
good.
yeah, I mean they already have great voice actors.
Yeah.
But like, they're incredible. Like I love them, and I think a lot of people are hating on the look of the Avengers,
Yeah.
which I hate.
But they have to
right?
make them
Because, like,
unique.
yeah,
they
they're not
don't
going
make
to
them
look like.
Tony
yeah.
Stark or like freaking.
Well,
Robert
I
Downey
think
Jr.
a lot of the criticism I've seen is that they're wannabe MCU Avengers, which, to be fair, I kind of get the idea where it's like, yeah, I don't hate the look of them at all, but I can see where it's like they're trying to make them like the MCU Avengers, but
Without
also
doing
not.
it.
Without like it's
But
like
the MCU Avengers are based off comic Avengers.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
How else
Right.
are they going
What
to
are-
base
yeah,
these-
what are they supposed-
do
They
you want
might
them
as well
to
do
do
it off the
Avengers?
best.
Yeah.
Base it off the best. Why not? You know.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like the
make
way
it their
Tony
own.
Stark looks in it is like that's the way Tony Stark looks in the comics. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
what
So I think
What
it's
do you expect?
fine. I don't think there's much because I saw that was a big criticism when it was first getting announced and stuff.
I remember I did agree with when they first showed the Avengers. They have done remodeling to them, like Thor and Black Widow specifically.
Well, see, this is what gives me hope is that it does become like a games of service where it's like long lasting.
It will.
Because,
I
like-
think I think they've already said that.
Because you look at like a game like Destiny, when they started out, they had like the supers, right? But they've slowly added more because they could potentially make it to where Captain America has options between his
choose
supers.
what
Where
you
one
want
of his
to.
supers is he grabs Mjolnir,
No, you
and
know,
then he does like a
with Captain America.
Yeah.
See, that would be a
I want
cool
Iron Man.
cross.
Yeah.
So Iron Man's right
attack.
now is the Hulkbuster. What if he had that freaking sick thing where he shoots the lasers out of him and it's just lasers everywhere?
Oh, yeah, like the-
Because that's basically what the Ultimate's supposed to be. It's supposed to be something that can clear a room.
It's the gauntlet.
yeah,
big
it clears
attack.
the big
the
thing,
whole
yeah.
thing out.
Gauntlet's like the first game that did it. Now that I
Well,
think
it's
about
funny
it.
that actually Gauntlet, if you think about it, is very similar to what a games of service game would look like nowadays in
Yeah.
terms of like
Back
the
then.
back then.
Yeah,
like,
which
before
is
it was
funny.
a thing.
It's
It's
true.
like you
I
got
think-
multiplayer, you got the big attack, you got the strong attack, the light attack. Like
I think
it's all very
Overwatch
similar.
is what made it popular because
Yeah,
Overwatch
like
is what
online
started
and
the ultimate thing, and then it was like Destiny, Call of Duty. Everyone started copying.
Another cool Iron Man one would be him summoning all the other Iron Man
other
suits.
suits.
Like in Iron Man 3.
Like,
Yeah,
that'd be hard though
that would
because
be
a lot of
that'd
times
be
you're
a
in a
lot of-
building
and
it's
it-
like
yeah.
All of a sudden they come out of
they
nowhere.
come through the building. The building just blows up.
Well, and it would probably be I don't know how many people they can have on screen at once without the frame rate like going horrible. So
But
It
that's
would
a
be cool
next
if they-
next series. Have they announced if this is coming to next series? I'm sure.
Yeah,
it
I'm
is.
sure it
is it going to be a smart
Smart
delivery?
delivery?
I wonder.
I bet.
I
Well,
think they
Xbox
said
said
it
any
is.
of their
I
games.
hope so. Well,
I'll
no. So
look it
the
up.
thing is Xbox said any game that they are publishing. So
Xbox Game Studio.
yeah, because it's like for example, like Madden, they're not unless you buy it within the first year or whatever. So it's like I don't know if Square Enix is on that train or not. I really hope they are because
they are.
most companies should be.
It seems like most companies are though. you
Well,
know?
like Cyberpunk is, Ubisoft is.
So you do receive the free upgrade.
Oh,
on
sweet.
Xbox.
Good.
And it launches actually with the console
Wow.
at day one.
So that's a good reason
That's
to get it on
huge.
Xbox instead
You
of
automatically
PlayStation.
get it.
But actually, that's a good transition point about Spider-Man. So they announced this week that Spider-Man is coming exclusively to PlayStation, like early next year. They said or something like
Locking
that.
off what might be the most popular character in the MCU.
Well, and if you-
Period, I think.
If
I don't
you've
think there's
listened
more
to our
popular
podcast before,
Marvel
like
characters.
this is why I have issues with this. Is like because PlayStation, like they do this kind of shiz. Like this is.
But you know why?
stupid
It's
exclusive.
bad anti-gamer, and
Yep.
we agree that we
And
don't
But
want
it's
this.
great business.
Great
But
business.
as far as
Well, it's
business,
huge.
it's literally
It-
like Connor
Oh,
said
yeah.
this earlier. He's like, "You guys want to just switch to PS4?"
Switch
Right.
to PlayStation. Exactly. Here's the thing: it is guaranteed. Avengers will sell more on
Here's
PlayStation.
and
Oh,
here's
yeah.
the thing
Here
is,
is,
like no.
is
not
here's
even
what
question.
bothers me the most is it's Spider-Man out of all of the heroes.
Yes,
The
exactly.
one of the
It couldn't
most
just be-
popular
it
Marvel.
It could have
If-
been Hawkeye.
Arguably,
you know, it's like
arguably the most popular Marvel superhero in general
yeah.
in the world, and he's locked to PlayStation.
It's such bullcrap, and I've seen.
I think in the future he'll come out everywhere.
It's
Well, that's what I
possible,
think.
yeah.
I think he's timed exclusive. I don't think they could deal with.
And the thing is that another thing that annoys the crap out of me is in PlayStation's press release for it, they say exclusive and not timed exclusive, but PlayStation does that crap where they
Even they did that
don't.
with Destiny.
Yeah, they don't want people to know it's gonna be timed.
they'll do it in like the
because-
fine print, like can be potentially available holiday
Well,
2021.
and they didn't even do that though because it's like they don't want people to
No.
get it on Xbox just in case. Because guess what? Like if I knew Spider-Man was coming to Xbox eventually, I'd be like, yeah, it's fine.
It's way.
I'll get him eventually at some point. But like because I don't, it makes me like I guess I maybe
Here's
should
the
get it
issue
on
though is
PlayStation.
here's
I don't
why
wanna miss
we
out on
talked about it a little
Spider-Man.
bit yesterday. I think the issue is like they're wanting to do crossplay, so he's gonna have to come to the other consoles. Like they can't.
They're
not gonna have
it's
it
so
where-
weird how that's gonna work.
like
I
there's
really
like
don't know.
a fuzzy Spider-Man like buy it on PlayStation and
Yeah,
he's like
hey,
going
just
in your game
on
and you're like,
Xbox it literally says buy on PlayStation.
and he's like all grayed out. He's like
So
grayed
bad.
It's
out.
just a gray bar.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Or it's like it's
Yeah.
like how in when you play Mario Kart online or something like that, it's always Shy Guys. If you don't, it's like if you don't have the DLC. So like if you're playing against someone who doesn't have, at least on the
Oh,
Wii
they're
U
Shy
one,
Guy?
where there's like Link and stuff, they're always Shy Guy. So it's like they won't let you see Link or the villager, the DLC characters. So it's almost like
It's just like a normal human.
It's just like a normal human like swinging through the air. They're like, get it on PlayStation. You can see who it really is.
Well, see, that's why I think that it has to be timed. Like, I don't know if they would even be able to do that. Where it's like
I think-
cross-play and somebody's playing as a character you can't even play
I
as.
don't think it's guaranteed to come to Xbox. I really hope it does, and I think it's possible. But how I see it working is that Spider-Man will just be there in your Xbox game, but you can't play him. And that sucks, but I think that's how it'll be.
I don't know that because that borderline's pay to win.
I'm just happy my favorite character is available.
Well, but the thing is not
Because
really
like
from
that's
a-
why Destiny had such an issue with this. Because Destiny, like I saw, so one of the IGN editors posted about it. He's like, "This is a great business move, but
horribly
Destiny
ambitious.
tried this for years and it doesn't work. It splits the player base because like Destiny had like 3 exclusive guns every year, right? And at one point, one of them was like the best gun in the game. And so people started being like, this is like borderline pay to win. Because if you buy it on PlayStation, you're going to be better than anybody who's on Xbox. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's not okay. Especially if they... Because the thing is right now it's fine, but if they eventually do crossplay, that's pay to win.
But
Because if you have a
the
different
thing is, though,
console,
the argument
you have
I'd
a
make
better
there
character.
is I see where you're coming from, but I think you could make the same argument for like picture Smash Bros for a second with the DLC characters. Joker is arguably the best fighter in Smash Bros, at least from the competitive scene. He wins the most tournaments. So with him being a DLC character, could you look at that as pay to win?
The thing is, he's available for anybody.
Sure, but if he wasn't though, so guess what? The argument is there. Spider-Man's available if you buy a PS4.
Yeah, but that's a
pay to win.
You know, it's a whole other console.
But
I think that
same thing. You're just paying more than the $5 for the DLC. You know, it's like I don't know. I could see that. I understand where you're coming from with that, but I don't know. It's just such a horribly anti-consumer thing. And here's the thing: I saw a lot of people saying, and this would have been the perfect solution. Why didn't PlayStation or why didn't like Square Enix agree to, hey, we're not going to do that because we don't want to split our player base, but guess what? We will put exclusive Insomniac Spider-Man skins in PS4.
Right.
Or something like that. Or the Miles Morales skin coming to
or
PS5
like
this year. That's going to be
like we
a
even
skin.
said, anybody who buys Avengers on PlayStation gets Spider-Man for free, but for anybody else, he's $15.
Yes, exactly.
That would have been like, oh, that still would have sucked, but it's like, okay, I get it.
Yeah,
right?
Well, that's completely fine, I think, though. You know what I mean? Like something like that.
No,
because,
absolutely.
Like,
and think about
that
how much money they
happens.
would have got for that. So many people would have bought Spider-Man right at the start.
Well, and you know,
I would own Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, sure.
Oh yeah.
I think
Exactly.
almost every
If
single
they
person
put
would buy
Spider-Man up for $15 on day one,
everyone
I
would buy it. I think almost everyone would.
Stupid, but and the thing is PlayStation has done this before. This is the thing that sucks. Guess what? Another big superhero game is that they did this with 10 years ago, 11 years ago. Batman Arkham Asylum. Joker was exclusive to PlayStation. Like literally, Joker he finally came to Xbox technically to the Return to Arkham remaster version, but otherwise he never came to Xbox. It took 8 years. It's like,
how did that work?
Exactly. Well, because
he was only in challenge maps.
He was only
that
only
was
in
their,
challenge.
like,
He's a
caveat.
character that you could play as, but only on PlayStation. Never came to Xbox's DLC, and then with the remasters,
and PlayStation
finally
did it
came
with
back
the
to us.
the Spec Ops mode for Modern Warfare. You
Yeah.
still
Oh
to
my
this
gosh,
day
dude.
can't play Spec Ops on Xbox or PC.
That's
Crazy.
bullcrap,
And you own the
dude.
game.
That is ridiculous. Until this fall, right? When the next Call of Duty comes out, nobody
when
cares.
Black Ops
anymore.
Cold War comes out.
Yeah,
well, that's
so
my
dumb.
issue. Like that's because like if I'm honest, like that's my biggest hate for PlayStation. Because like obviously they can have their exclusive games, that's whatever. But when they gate off content for a game that's available everywhere else, that's ridiculous. That's so stupid.
I agree with you, and I agree that this is scum,
Yeah.
scummy, like a scummy move, like.
And like PlayStation doesn't need this.
No,
they're already winning. They already get people
and that's
to
the
come
thing
to
is
them.
that's what I don't get is it's
need
like
this.
the exclusive games and stuff. We've talked about this a million times before. It's nothing new. I am personally fine with it in terms of like that's the way they're making their business.
Yeah.
That's the way they're selling more consoles.
Right.
But it's like when it comes to something like this that's available on both consoles, there shouldn't be a freaking character that's gatekeeped
absolutely
behind one
not.
An
console.
entire
Especially-
character.
An entire character.
Especially with how much comes with these characters.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and also with a game as a service. This is a game as a service, and they're gatekeeping one of the most popular Marvel characters behind their system. Like, that's bullshit.
Well, and not only that, like you said, isn't there a story expansion part with the Spider-Man where you have to unlock? Because you said you have to unlock him
they
through
said
the
so.
story.
From what the press release said, they're gonna have his own story thing that introduces him to the Avengers.
So that's almost DLC that's never coming to another.
Yeah,
console.
it's stupid, and so.
Well, and like what I love is I wish they would have done what Shovel Knight did. Shovel Knight, they had the exclusive consoles.
Yes.
They made everyone have something exclusive.
Well,
on Shovel Knight in Xbox, you can find Battletoads. On
PlayStation.
Nintendo, isn't it like Samus or
what is it, Nintendo?
Link?
I don't remember. There is something in Nintendo.
Something for Nintendo, and then with PlayStation,
it's Kratos. Yeah, exactly.
It's like, why didn't they do something like that? Like you said, why didn't Xbox get Wolverine?
Yes, exactly. It's like, why didn't they do the Soul Calibur
Oh my
thing?
gosh, Wolverine could come.
I know,
Think about
right?
it.
Isn't that
X-Men,
awesome?
X-Men, Xbox.
Well, yeah, and this is the thing, is like, this would have been the perfect solution. Guess what? It's messed up that Spider-Man's exclusive to PlayStation, but the least they could do is Marvel could make a deal with Xbox and be like, hey, since they got Spider-Man, pay us a little bit of money, we'll give you Wolverine. Wolverine's exclusive to Xbox.
Just like you said, like a Soul Calibur situation where each console gets their
character.
specific
Like,
person.
Because if you
oh,
don't know,
PC gets Venom, or
yeah, it's like
who
if you don't
knows?
know, back in the day, the Soul Calibur series on the GameCube, PS2, and Xbox, it was Link exclusive to the GameCube one, Hayachi exclusive to the PlayStation one, and then Spawn exclusive to the Xbox version. It's like they each had their own distinct exclusive character.
And even
Why
something
not do
keeping it
that?
in a franchise, you said the later Soul Caliburs did Yoda on Xbox and Darth Vader on PlayStation.
Yep.
Like, same franchise, you just get a different character.
Uh-huh.
Because they could have done that with this, where it's like, Xbox gets Miles Morales.
Yes, that would be the perfect
PS4
solution.
gets Spider-Man. Because people are going to want Spider-Man, but it's still Spider-Man.
Well, now would be
Same
the perfect
gameplay,
solution
same
because guess
everything.
what? It is Spider-Man. You get Spider-Man. It's just Miles Morales. You know, and
Well,
the
especially-
gameplay could be the
Or
exact
give them
same.
Spider-Man and Miles Morales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know.
two of the same skill sets, or even different skill sets. Like
Yeah, make them new characters.
yeah.
Make them slightly different, like Echoes in Smash Bros. I don't know, like
because Miles Morales apparently is supposed to be different. He's not
Yeah.
just Spider-Man.
No.
you know?
he's not.
So
Unless
Or
you're
he's not even
uh,
Spider-Man.
some of those. Well, no, never mind. There's like people complaining that in the Miles Morales trailer for the new Spider-Man game that they were like looking at his swinging motions and they were like the exact same as Peter Parker's in the PS4 version. But I'm like, who cares? Like, nobody cares about that.
It's like, oh, the running animation
The
of
running
Batman and
animation's
Robin
good.
is the same.
Yeah, it's like who cares?
It's like they run the same.
yeah, it just is swinging. Like how was he supposed to swing?
the game's swinging is amazing. I don't care.
Yeah, I want it.
Change,
Keep
don't
it.
change it.
Don't change it. Don't ruin it.
Yeah. One thing I was going to ask you guys about this with the Avengers game that I'm hoping they do is what do you guys think the odds are of? So we know the main villain for the base game is MODOK, right?
Yep.
Taskmaster's in the game.
Taskmaster's
MODOK's
not even. Yeah, you'll
He's
see
just
when
a
you play the beta. But
Yeah, MODOK's like the overall
The
villain
big
for it,
head
the
guy.
big bad guy.
big head man.
Yeah.
Do you think that we'll get seasons like a year?
Oh, I was
going
going
to
to talk about
this.
this. Each character has a battle pass.
Really?
Oh,
Yes.
what? They're
I think
We
it's free.
slowly unlock.
Yeah, but you
Right.
slowly
Oh, that's
unlock
good.
stuff as you go up.
That's
Like
nice.
costumes and stuff. So
As long as it's not $10 each character.
I hope
That's
not.
nice
That would
though,
suck.
because that's
Cool,
nice.
yeah.
That gives you playability for each of the characters. So if
Yeah.
you really don't like Black Widow, you can play as her and unlock her shiz. That's cool.
Yeah.
it has a lot of replay. Like what I'm seeing, even in this beta, I can go home and I could put another 3 hours in it and still have more to do.
Is that how you're
That's
able
good.
to unlock the costumes then? Because I was confused about that. Because like there's the alternate costumes.
You can
for
buy
each of
'em.
the characters.
You buy 'em.
Okay.
Like costumes are bought?
I see. There's some for the collector's edition.
I-
There's
Yeah,
some you get.
I got some cool ones.
I just really hope that this game is successful when it comes out
I
and
do
it,
too.
and it does it right because do you know how cool it would be is if they had like year 1 content, year 2 content, and then like year 3 content was they've been building it up for 3
Look,
years.
I'm
You're
sorry,
fighting
but
Launch
Thanos.
Thanos.
Thanos
Look,
is the villain. That
I'm
is
sorry,
like
but-
this
and at
big
this
event,
point, they've
yeah.
introduced Black Panther, Doctor
Yeah,
Strange, like
uh-huh.
all these.
Well,
cool
look, and this is
characters.
why
Everyone,
like
yeah.
people were saying like they need to follow like Destiny's example. Destiny's the only like successful looter shooter besides like Borderlands. Like games like Anthem and
See,
stuff
I want
will
them
try.
to launch better than Destiny.
Well, yeah,
though,
absolutely.
you know?
But I hope they do a system like Destiny where they have 1 year where they launch the game, and then during the year they have seasons where it's just like small little. Oh, here's a couple new missions, blah blah blah, and then each year is a new expansion where they have a new main villain, right? Because that way, right now it's MODOK, and then it's Thanos, and then it's Galactus or something. You know, like every other year we get.
And
Every
then
year
a
we
new
get a
villain.
new.
See, that would be so cool.
expansion,
Like that's what I
a new
hope.
hero.
That's what I hope this
Who
game
knows?
is I hope there is like I want this to be a game that we can play together
For
and
years.
go through like this awesome story each year where it's like even if it's like Destiny raids and stuff like that where it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
hey there's a new raid and guess what the freaking boss at the end is Thanos.
Well,
This
And
is
it's
the-
not
I'm
6
honest-
people; it's 4.
Well,
so
yeah,
you can
and
actually
if
have enough people to play.
Yeah.
If I'm honest, the people I listen to is the Destiny people, and they talk about like Avengers will need an end game, like play on words, but they will need an end game in
Yeah.
their game, where they need a more challenging, like a raid type situation where to beat.
I
maybe
think that's
not
what MODOK is. Though.
Yeah,
I think
maybe
that's
MODOK
what he
is the raid where you have to have 6 players as all the heroes. It's gonna be really hard, but if you beat it, you get something super special. You get like really good loot or something like that. Because end game is what makes games more playable. Like because if
Well,
you don't
that
have an
would-
end game, it's kind of like oh.
that would just be really cool too to have like stuff to look forward to like that and them to build
Yeah.
this game because it being a games as a service it needs to have legs. It can't be like Anthem and just die or Fallout 76 and die within
Yeah.
the first few months after.
Well, that's
it
what
This
comes
people
out.
say,
beta
like-
has more content than Fallout 76
And
Anthem.
there needs
combined.
to be something
Right
something
now.
you
Right
can
now,
do
already.
There needs to be something you can do and reason to do it after you beat the game. Because that's one thing that like all those other games that have tried to come out and compete with like Borderlands and Destiny, they failed to do. You have to have something to do after you beat it. Because if you're done beating it and you're like, I'm done. You know, that's an issue.
But it is a
Especially
loot,
if
like
your
it is a
games do-
loot though thing.
Well, yeah,
right?
that's
so
what I'm
there's
saying.
chests and stuff.
But they
so
need to
it's
have
like Destiny
reason-
where you're never done.
Well, yeah, but they'll need to have an incentive for that loot, you know?
The
Because, like,
next story.
with, like, Anthem, the loot didn't change anything. The loot wasn't special. The guns didn't do anything cool. There wasn't reason to get those extra guns. So with Destiny, you have to do, like, super hard stuff, do a whole quest to get the really cool gun that, like, freezes enemies. There's incentive to, like, get that gun. In Avengers, they need to have that, where it's like, in order to get Hawkeye, you literally have to beat the raid. And people are like, let's beat the raid so we can get Hawkeye. You know, if they did something like that. And I hope Avengers is for 5 more years. And every year next year we get like Doctor Strange. The next year we get the
And
Guardians
then
of the
after
Galaxy.
that, you get Avengers 2 with all the characters and more coming.
Yeah.
Do you guys the Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff? That'd be sick.
Do you guys think that the characters will cost money, or will they be free? Because
They'll
Spider-Man
cost
they
money. The
announced
new
is
ones?
free.
The new, like coming out
What
like
about
Coming out
Hawkeye?
after.
Yes.
I don't know what they said about Hawkeye, but Spider-Man they said is free.
absolutely.
So
We'll know
I'm
with
curious
Hawkeye,
about the rest. Yeah.
I guess.
I think absolutely because
Absolutely what?
Yeah,
Cost money?
yeah, they'll cost money. Like any that come after. The
I think they'll
base,
be like Apex characters,
Yeah.
$7 or something.
or they might just come.
$10.
They might just come with the expansion. If they do expansion models, where
Oh,
it's
that's
like,
true. I hope they don't. I hate that. I hate Destiny's model. Period.
I think
well,
it's
I
smart.
hate their original model.
I think it's smart because like
It's smart financially,
like,
but as a
if
player
you like
base,
the
it
game,
sucks.
like you think about it,
you have to
would
rebuy
rather,
the whole game.
But would you rather rebuy Call of Duty every year for $60? When
Call of
an
Duty is a whole
expansion's
different
$30.
game, not just an expansion.
But expansion basically adds as much as Call of Duty does. Right? New maps, maybe changes the game up a bit. The thing is like people pointed out, if you like Destiny, it's only $30. for
So,
expansion.
but what you're saying is like in 6 months, we're gonna have to spend another $60 to buy the game.
Not 6 months, a year. Expansions for Destiny are 1 year. Every year they have an expansion, and it's $30. And then in between they have like the battle passes if you want, and it doesn't change anything if you don't get those. You know, because like that's what I hope they do with Avengers, to where like you have the whole
If it's
year of
$30 and
content.
it's just an expansion, that's fine.
Yeah, like if they have a whole year of content, and like obviously even Destiny players now, you don't have to buy any expansions, and you can still play, and there's still plenty to do. They still add the events that everyone can do. The thing is the expansions add content, and you should support and pay for that content.
Well, if you like the game.
if you like
yeah.
the game, like, and the thing is the great thing is with like a game like Destiny is you don't have to buy the content. It doesn't limit you from playing the game. You're not like, oh, I can't play the game now. Like it's just there's the new stuff you can't do. 'cause it's
Yeah,
new.
I agree. I think the characters will cost money, or at least the expansions will.
I
Because they
think
have to
they'll
make money.
Even the
somehow.
skins are expensive, though. The skins are about the same price as Fortnite skins.
Oh,
$20
really?
for a legendary skin.
Wow.
See,
Is there
I
a way,
think-
any way to
Because
earn
they
them
give you
in-game?
free 3,850 like credits or something or whatever, and I bought one costume skin. It was like 2,000 credits. So
Oh, wow.
I'm betting they gave you like $35 worth of credits.
Can you unlock them through gameplay, or is it all?
I don't know yet because the beta doesn't have
I don't-
everything unlocked. There's a lot of stuff in the beta that you can't get to.
I don't
and,
think
like,
so because it's all cosmetic. I think that the costumes are just cosmetic, so I doubt there's.
But I don't know. In
But-
that battle pass thing that I was talking about, there's challenges, and when you get through these challenges, it shows like Kamala. This is the one I looked at specifically, and she has 6 costumes that you can unlock.
Well, yeah. So I
So
bet
I
there.
think
I bet
you
there's
can.
unlockable costumes, but I bet the ones
In
in the
Iron Man's-
store
yeah.
aren't because they wouldn't make it to where you can buy the ones. That you
I guess that's true. It could be similar to like Apex, where
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, you could get lucky and get one of the costumes in a crate, but then there's one specifically
Yeah.
you have to buy.
Or better
for
yet,
yourself.
it'll be like Destiny, where all the armor's earnable in game, but there's certain sets in the stores that you can't earn in game that you have to buy. You know, it'll be like that, where the costumes that are in the store, they're not going to let you earn it in game, and then you don't have no need to buy it. You know,
Yeah.
I bet they'll do something like that. But I don't know.
Yeah. Do you guys have any other thoughts about Avengers?
I'm just super excited at this point now. I want to go play the story. I want to play with you guys.
Do you think the story is gonna be fun and good?
So far, the beta story is great. There's a lot of plot holes missing in the
Mhm.
middle that I think they cut out. Because, like, you go from Golden Gate Bridge to just playing as Kamala, like, immediately.
Oh,
So, like, you
They
don't get
cut out
any
a
of
lot.
that story between there. Like, you don't know where Thor is. You don't know what happened with him. Iron Man's gone. You don't know the story. Like, Iron Man's just not there. You can play as him now, but there's no, like, reintroduction him in the story.
I totally forgot about Captain America too. I mean, we know he theoretically dies, right, from
Theoretically,
the
but-
trailer. I doubt he
but
will be, but
You play as him in the beta. Like, you,
Oh, do
he
you?
has full set of abilities. So, like, I think he's ready to go, but, like,
yeah, I wonder how they're gonna handle that story wise. Because in the
I
trailer,
bet,
it's like,
I bet once you maybe he's that raid reward.
See, that would be
Maybe.
sick. Like
The
you
raid
have to-
reward is you get
get
to
to
you get.
or maybe
Captain
he's
America.
like the character you get at the end of the game. You know, like
I
you have to
don't know.
beat the game. He's there. Who knows?
There's a lot.
the
I'm
thing
just
is-
what I was worried about originally with this game is the gameplay,
yeah,
and the gameplay's good.
As long as that's
I've confirmed that. You know, I mean the betas at this point nowadays are basically the finished game.
well, and with
Yeah,
games
You know,
like this,
plus or minus matchmaking.
and
Well,
the truth
and
is,
like
with games of service,
frame
games
rate.
like
Small frame rate
Yeah.
issues or like some slight bugs.
yeah.
and I think that's the thing is like with games of service games like this, as long as the gameplay's good, I think it's got a shot. Like if
Really?
the gameplay's good, it's gonna be.
I mean, I really hope the
Because
story
this-
is good too.
I do too.
Oh, yeah,
I do too.
Yeah, gameplay obviously is king, but yeah,
I think-
I hope the story.
I think
is
it should be. I mean, it's an Avengers game. It's a Marvel game. I
Yeah.
don't
If you
really
mess
know if
up
you
a
can mess up a Marvel.
game, it's pretty bad.
It's like, how did you do that? You just need a villain.
Yeah, What do you guys think this game is gonna get like review wise? Like how's it gonna fare?
7 or 8.
7 or 8.
It's just because it's a games as a service.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be something we're gonna love playing together. You know, but I think it's gonna have bugs. You know, it's not gonna be perfect.
It's gonna have issues. I think
if they hold off for another year, it would be a 9 or 10 out of 10.
I honestly
That's what I was gonna ask.
start
Is
off
like,
But I don't think we need that because like if they're just gonna keep developing,
Yeah.
it's just gonna keep being an ongoing game. Why wait?
Yeah.
From what I've seen, I think starting off, I think the loot's going to be an issue. I think that's something they're going to have to fix.
I agree
because I
too.
think like the fact that it's not visible, the fact that it doesn't seem like it does much, it's going to be an issue because there's going to be no reason to get it.
Well, I was gonna bring this up. Like, has there ever been a games of the service game that hasn't launched with bad scores?
No.
Like mediocre scores.
I mean,
I feel like
Destiny-
almost every single
Destiny
one at
2
least is like,
Destiny
Destiny 2 was
launched
the
okay.
closest. It
Yeah.
got like an 8 out of 10.
I think Borderlands 2.
Borderlands
Borderlands
3
isn't a games as a service. though.
Borderlands 3 is Borderlands is weird because it's not really
it's
game.
more of a
hybrid.
single player campaign.
Yeah,
It's like
'cause
you can.
It gets DLC packs, but it doesn't really have like battle pass games. It's not like constant updates.
because it's
I
funny.
think
It
this
seems
could
like
be the first. I think it could get a 9 out of 10 by reviewers.
Yeah.
But I just don't think it will be because I think they're gonna judge the
based on
small
what's in it right
bugs or
now.
maybe some match.
I don't know. The truth is, if it launches with a good story, the gameplay's fun, I think it'll get a high score because with reviewers
well,
they
with
don't tend
IGN,
to
it's
look
guaranteed
at.
to get an 8 or above. Because
Yeah.
I'm sure Square Enix paid them.
Well, and that's why. And the truth is that's why Destiny 2 is launched.
My least favorite argument.
Well, and that's
No,
why I think Destiny 2's launched. That's why I think Destiny 2 got higher reviews than most other looter shooters, is because its launch story was good.
Because Activision paid.
Because Activision, yeah,
Activision
just
paid
just like EA.
yeah, I'll get
Madden 10 out of 10.
I was gonna say, I wonder if if this could be potentially because it seems like always these games service games by the end of the first year they're always like, oh, this game's good, and everyone's always telling you, oh, it's actually good now, you should go play it, and everyone's like, well,
And
a lot of people fall.
because it gets its
most
cult
of these
following.
are
Yeah.
most of these games as a service games are what shooters, right?
Yeah.
This isn't a shooter.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a lot of melee.
This is why
Like,
they're
most
gonna
are
have to
melee.
do their own thing.
It's
They're
gonna be a
gonna have to
third-person
make
action
It's
adventure.
a different game.
They're
I don't
gonna
know,
have
it's
to make
something
their own
weird. I've
brawler.
never seen.
Yeah.
and they're gonna have to convince a lot of players to stick with it because like there's a lot of people who might not like that type of third person.
Gosh, I don't know though. If you liked Endgame, the most selling movie of all time, and it was like a movie you liked, or you followed that whole series, I think you're gonna love the Avengers game.
the fact that it's just
I think
Avengers in
Yeah,
the first
you're gonna
place.
get to play as the Avengers. You haven't got to do that ever.
Yeah.
You know, you've gotten to play as the Hulk, or you've gotten to play as Thor, but you've never got to play as the Avengers.
As a team, and
Yeah.
yeah, that's true.
Actually, as a good game.
Yeah,
Too.
yeah, not like Ultimate Alliance, which not
Top down.
knocking on that, but it's just very that's like a simplest.
But it's a top down.
Yeah, it's a double A kind of game. But so I want to move on to if you guys are not talking about Avengers, anything else,
Yeah, I think so.
we can always go back.
I wanted
it
to
if you guys
say
think of
real
anything.
quick something stupid. Did you guys see the EA's explanation as to why they're charging $70 for their games?
No.
They said it reflects the quality. Of
Oh
the game.
yeah, I did see that.
And
Wasn't that
everyone
2K?
everyone freaking
I
roasted
think
them
2K
so
said
hard.
that.
Yeah, 2K.
Not
Or
not
2K.
EA.
Okay.
2K, they're
Yeah,
like,
it's
yeah,
one
Because 2K
they're
is
like,
the
we're
only
ch-
one raising their price. I think. I don't think EA's raised it.
They're like, we're
So far.
charging $70 because it reflects the quality of the game.
Yeah, I saw that. That was hilarious.
Oh, did you see what EA did the other day?
Uh,
They were like, oh, and welcome back to Madden, where you get the yard, somewhat like the NFL Street. Did you guys see my tweet on
Oh
that?
yeah.
And I
The
was like,
playground or something.
it looked really cool. It looked like you were playing in like the street and everything.
Yeah.
It's on mobile only.
Oh my gosh. of
I was like, what
course.
the fuck? Why
Dude,
would
why-
you not bring that to Madden? Why would you bring that to mobile?
Why
Probably
do
got
they do this?
microtransactions
Dick
too.
faces.
I don't
They
get why-
ruined something so easy.
It really confuses me why companies.
I literally
do that.
tweeted. I was like, yeah, go Madden. This is something new. Great job. And then I looked at it again and I was
Never
like,
mind.
oh wait, never mind. It's only on mobile, you douchebags, or something like that.
It's like the freaking Mario Kart Tour thing where it's like, yeah, let's put all the coolest characters from Nintendo's history of all time into one Mario Kart. Oh, but it's only on mobile. We're not gonna do it on the actual console. one I'm worried
Even
about.
Dr. Mario World
Yeah, Dr. Mario World has got
gets so many doctors and
Yeah.
like it's like what the frick
Why
are you
don't
guys
they do this with
doing?
their console game?
Like you're I'm sorry, but they said they were disappointed with their mobile side. Look at your primary audience on
Look
your
at-
Switch.
The
and
Switch.
just do
Oh my
that.
gosh, have you guys seen? Okay, we'll transition a bit into this. Have you guys seen the Switch's cells?
Oh my gosh.
Holy
There's-
Animal
I just
Crossing-
bought one.
dude! It's
Animal-
another one.
Yeah, I bought one and I'm
The
going to
new
sell
one?
my old one.
Oh,
So
really?
I upgraded my battery.
Oh,
how much?
nice.
How much are you selling your
300.
Full price, even
Full
though
price.
It's, yeah,
Yeah.
that's
And I'm
all-
just selling the Switch. and the controllers.
Oh, not even the dock?
I'm not even gonna sell the dock.
Wow.
I've had 5 people message me today.
Seriously?
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy because holy crap, Nintendo released their financial report. Animal Crossing is now the second highest Switch selling game of all time.
27 million copies.
And Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the only one higher. And that's a port.
And it came with the console, though.
Which is
that's why.
And I think Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is at 26 million copies, and Animal Crossing, as of their report, which was from a couple months ago, is 22 million or something. It's insane.
And have you seen 2 out of their top 5 most selling games are ports from the Wii U?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's insane. They're like 6 years old.
They need to get ahead on building their Switches. You can't buy a Switch.
Yeah,
from what I've heard,
they could sell even more.
They're literally like increasing production, and they're always selling.
They're selling out instantly.
It's like you can't even get one.
I literally every single day.
I got mine because someone returned theirs.
Oh really?
I was like, this is mine.
Yeah, dude, like Mario 64, I see him tweet out day to day like Switches are available.
And then an hour later, he's like,
it's
gone.
Well, no, in like 10 seconds, he's like, oh, sorry, they're gone. And it's like, no, dude, Switches are 3 or 4 years old at this point. How are they selling so much?
Well, and they're like $300.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then, one sec. Technical difficulties. You guys can keep going. I think we're good. I think it's still going. It's just...
yeah, but the Switch, I don't know, it's crazy how much it sells. Because, like, they're never in stock, and when they do come in stock, they're just gone.
Yeah.
Like, immediately in the mornings. So...
Well, and it's strange, because, like, what kind of games are they getting with it?
They don't get any games.
Like,
you don't get the bundles with the Xbox where it's like...
Yeah, it's like, comes with Rise, Son of Rome,
or Fallout, or Tomb Raider or something. You just get the console.
It's just like,
that's it.
The Witch.
Like, and the only sale you're going to get on the Switch is on Black Friday, and you get the freaking... get Mario Kart with it.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
And it's a
port
port,
and
it's
the old version.
Dude, this is what...
Which
and
great,
it's the old Switch that doesn't have the new battery. Yeah. That's another crazy thing. But I was going to
So really, you don't get an upgrade.
It's really insane how well the Switch is doing, though, because Animal Crossing is on track as of right now to be the best-selling Nintendo game possibly of all time, which is literally insane. And I think, and obviously I think COVID has helped that a lot in terms of people are home and they want to play a game that lets them simulate life, you know, in a way. But also, it just goes to show the popularity of Animal Crossing. Like, I can't believe that game is so
Well, I think
popular.
it shows you the popularity of Nintendo. Because people always kind of discount Nintendo as kind of like the third in line. Like, oh, well, their game... But then it's like, look at their
I think it's more people think of Nintendo as above them. Like,
almost like
it's not competition.
Well, it never is the same. It's not even the same, like...
Yeah, well,
it has a whole fan base, and their fan base is just bigger than Xbox.
Their fan base only wants Nintendo games. They don't care about anything
You look
else.
at me, and I never played a Zelda game, and I thought the new one was trash, and I started playing it. Now I'm a fan. I'm gonna buy the next Zelda.
We converted Hasten to be a Zelda fan. Let's go.
Or
I knew you just had to get up.
I'm gonna buy the next Smash, or I'm gonna buy the next. If Mario Galaxy or 64 come out, I'm gonna buy that. You know, and I wasn't this until the Switch came out. I had a Wii U, but I never bought any of the exclusives.
Dude, and I've heard that from so many people. Like the Switch has actually created a whole new Nintendo fan base, which
what blows my mind is Nintendo makes a lot of money already. Can you imagine if they just did certain things? So, like, if they made their games go on sale in the first place, they would make a ton more money. I bought Smash Bros. Ultimate
full price
2 years later for $60. And
that's because that was the only option you had.
Because I was waiting, I was like, when's it going to go discounted? And then it's like...
Never will.
It's like...
A year later.
It's $59.98.
At Walmart,
Yep.
Yeah, no, dude, it is nuts. Like, I don't know how Nintendo does it, but they never drop price. Like, you'll maybe get a sale, if you're lucky on Black Friday, you'll get a sale where it's like $20 off. But that's it. It's only for that day. And it's like, otherwise you won't find them for that price. It's like, Target, I think, had a sale on Black Friday this last year where it was like, you could get Mario Kart 8, I think, for $30 or $40, something like that. And it was like, now, though, it's right up back to 60. It's not staying there. Yep. It's not going to stay there. It's like, you better get it.
When it's weird, because even their games that, like, don't do the best. Like, Mario Maker 2, obviously, probably didn't sell as great as the first one. It's not one of their highest. It's still $60.
You'll be darned if you see it go on sale.
It's like, it's still $60. They don't care. Even though, like, a game like Fallout 76, which did awful, they were like, the day after it came out, they're like, $30.
Have you guys heard about this?
$20.
Literally did.
$10.
Have you guys
$5.
Buy the game.
Have you guys heard about this Rocket Arena game?
Yeah,
that came out. It literally, dude, it was $30 when it launched 2 weeks ago, and it's already free.
Are you serious?
Yes, you
I
can
actually
get
want
it
to try
for
it.
free.
It actually looks kind of cool.
I wish
Is
I
it
would
on
have grabbed
everything?
it when it was free because now it's like $5 or whatever. But like literally, they were giving it.
Is
away
it
for
on
free.
everything?
I think so. I don't
Yeah, it's
know.
on Xbox. I know that, but I don't think you get it free on Xbox.
Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. Like, it's just funny that some of these games they come out and it's like $30. Oh, just get free. 2 weeks later, it's
Sorry,
like,
yeah.
what the
We
frick,
shouldn't have
man?
charged you. And then Nintendo's like, yeah, a port of Pikmin 3 that's a 10-year-old
Pikmin
game,
3.
$60.
Dude, what is going on? Like, okay, no, here's the thing. I understand. I know COVID has thrown like every company's situation off and stuff, but like, why is Nintendo just announcing games on Twitter like this? Like, please, just do it in a direct. Like, think about it. Paper Mario, Pikmin, all these could have been in one direct. And, like, people would have gotten hyped about it. It's just weird that
they're just not working right now. Because they're in China. And they're just like, we're not working.
Yeah, maybe they
Japan,
don't have
Japan,
time to
They're
start.
just like, we're not working right now. So.
Yeah, it is.
You guys are a freaking company that works on computers, yet you were not working. You douchebags.
Seriously, you can work from home.
It is weird because I think some of it has to. So it is. I was reading that. So like the Smash Bros team has done a really good job at like still developing.
But because
even though-
Sakurai
because-
made
because
that so.
Sakurai has made it so, and he's literally paid for computers and
So his
software
team can
for
work
his
on
team,
it.
like out of his own pocket, which is crazy. But I guess I didn't know this, but I guess in Japan it's actually not as common in America to own your own computer, which is really weird.
Really?
Yeah. So like.
I feel like everyone owns a computer in America.
Yeah, you almost have to.
Oh, yeah.
You
Some
have to.
sort of computer.
There's how many computers in this house? There's like 3 computers in
Laptop,
this
Yeah.
PC.
house. Like,
Yeah, but
there's
I was
4 computers in my house, and it's just
Yeah.
me that uses them.
yeah, like I guess I was reading like in Japan, like a lot of people just either will go to like a cafe or a library
Yeah, the
or
cafe,
something
like the game
and use
cafes.
like the free Wi-Fi there for stuff, or they'll
It's
just
so
use
cheap.
their computers from their house. Yeah, it's a completely different lifestyle. So for a lot of companies there, they've been like, frick, we can't work at the office.
So strange.
We're just out of work.
But then you look at a game like Paper Mario, which was announced and came out all
in
during
2 months,
quarantine,
within 2 months of announcement.
and all during COVID. And
Yeah.
it seems like it's fine. It's the game has no bugs, no major issues. It's fine. You know,
Well,
like,
and it's I just want Nintendo to put their stuff in a neat package in the form of a direct, because it's like the Twitter announcements suck, and this is one thing I'm going to talk about too with Rocksteady.
it loses it's a big marketing thing. Like
Yeah.
it gets so many people to know the game exists, because I bet you there's so many people that didn't even know Paper Mario came out, and they're like, "What the heck? There's a new Paper Mario
within 2
game?"
months,
You know,
yeah.
like
And the thing is honestly, in Nintendo's case, they're fine. Like as we've seen with their cells right
They
now,
don't need
that's
it.
probably why they don't care, because they're just like, yeah, we'll start
just gonna
caring about
keep doing
that
it our way.
when we
Yeah.
aren't selling Switches like crazy and aren't selling 22 million copies of Animal Crossing. But it's like, I just wish they would do it for the fans
Yeah.
and putting it in a direct and be like, hey, we know that this probably doesn't even help that much in terms of marketing, but we want our fans to, like, we know our fans care about a direct, so we're going to put everything
Well,
in
can
this
you
direct
imagine,
so
though,
you
if-
have one place to come look.
can you imagine
find
if a
our
company
announcements.
like PlayStation owned Nintendo though? There would be directs every month. With the amount of games and content that Nintendo has, they'd be like, "How are you guys not announcing this stuff over a direct and making
Yeah.
it the biggest thing, putting
Hyper.
ads everywhere?" You know,
Uh-huh.
like you look at something like Spider-Man, right, or God of War. They literally plaster it everywhere. They're like on the console, on the Twitter, on Instagram, on a direct, everywhere. You know, but like
Well, and
Nintendo's
PlayStation and
like-
Xbox, like even on their freaking menus when you open up the system, it's like they have ads for their
Everywhere.
games. Versus like Nintendo, you open up your Switch.
it's just your game.
It's just your games that you own. You know?
No-
They don't
nothing else.
advertise their stuff in their console
Yeah.
either. And yeah, it's just
Well, they
strange to
do.
me.
They do. On the side, before you even unlock it, it's all their ads, news.
Oh, that's a good point. I
Yeah,
didn't
they
think
have
about
all their
that. Yeah,
stuff
I
on
guess
there.
I guess
It's
there's
just,
some-
it's
I-
their
I've
menu's
noticed-
so basic.
It's
and
just
simple,
very
but
simple.
It's like,
That's a
It
good
does,
point. Yeah, I
but
didn't
even
think
with
about
that start menu, it tends not to be mostly ads. It's usually just like news, like almost every time.
But then you
but
could,
the news is about their
is-
games. They
yeah.
don't like announce news for.
That is fair. I didn't
Avengers.
think about that. That's a good point. But I guess I don't
But
know. There's
they
just something
don't.
about
They don't do it like Xbox and PlayStation.
No, it doesn't sit at your home screen like
forever
in
like-
your face, like with an ad where you could have like another menu.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you look at it, so like on
It's like you
Xbox,
can't click on this.
So like,
thing.
Don't click on that; it'll take you to your Internet Explorer, and you have
Yeah.
another ad window open.
well,
up
like
there.
you think about it, you boot up your Xbox, it's got an ad. Then you go onto like the store, it's got ads in the store.
Yeah.
Then you click on a game, and it's got ads on the side of the game. Like, but in Nintendo's case, you start it up, there's ads. You open it, there's nothing. Even on the
Yeah.
eShop, there's not ads. The eShop doesn't even have ads.
eShop's just like, here's the game.
It's just like, here's the games
Yeah.
you can buy.
You're gonna buy it anyway.
$60. You want a
60
discount?
bucks.
Too bad.
How many people bought it? Oh, 29 million have bought our game. Okay, well, we're fine.
You want
Keep
a
it at
discount?
$60.
No. It's like how many? Oh, we've already sold more copies than Animal Crossing New Horizons, dude, has sold more copies than the entire Metroid franchise ever has in its life, which is insane. So, and it's sad. It's sad because I love Metroid, but it's like, yeah,
But
Nintendo's just like.
You don't
screw
think
it, we're fine.
the next Metroid
Is gonna
be
sell
like
insane?
sell
Well,
the
that's what I was
same,
gonna say.
you know?
Well, and imagine like
Like,
even,
it's just
Breath
because
of the
there
Wild.
hasn't
It's
been
on
as
Switch.
many, or it's old games. You
And
know what I mean?
it's because it's the Switch. Like
Yeah.
the Switch is opened up Nintendo sells.
Well, and I'm sorry, but like
How
you
many
even
Switches
think
have
about.
sold?
So as of right now, I think they just announced it's over 60 million. So it's the second highest selling Nintendo console of all time.
So it's
as of
not
right
higher
now.
than
Besides the
PS4
Wii.
yet.
Only behind Wii, but it's on track to pass the Wii, and it's more than likely going to become. It has potential to be the highest selling console of all time. The only one it might not pass is the PS2, which is number one as of right now.
But the PS2 is still number one.
It is weird.
Because I feel like I don't see PS2s.
Well, people don't care about it as much now.
But, like,
I had a PS2,
But
though.
I feel like the
Yeah.
Wii.
Like,
I feel like the Wii would be
it
the
broke
most
and I just threw it
It's
away.
the second. Wii's number two from what I know.
Because it seems like the Wii is it's just in every house.
Every house.
You usually go to your like 90-year-old grandma's and she has a Wii.
Yeah.
You're like, what the heck do you play?
Yeah, Wii was a
You
cultural
don't play
phenomenon.
Wii Sports.
She's like, I play Call of Duty on the Wii.
Oh boy.
Switch is.
She's like, I like feeling the recoil.
I use the Wii
That's how I
controller
take out
and
my
the Wii
anger on the
Wii
millennials.
Fit pad at the same time to play Call of Duty.
You put the Wii Fit pad
Hey,
under her
look, I'm
feet where she
ski-
can feel the blood on her
Yeah.
feet. Like,
Yes, it reminds me of the war.
reminds me of childhood.
What I was gonna say though is about these Twitter announcements is so we got Pikmin 3 just announced by Nintendo. They also announced Paper Mario this way. They've been doing a bunch of these Twitter announcements, and guess what? Tanner woke me up yesterday morning because all of a sudden he's like, Connor, Rocksteady just announced their new game, and I was like, what? Are you freaking kidding
On
me right
Twitter.
now?
Luckily, they didn't show any like trailers.
No, yeah, at least there wasn't a trailer. Like, Rocksteady might be my favorite developer, and they just straight up... It's been 5 years since Arkham Knight. It's been 5
Aw.
years of... Well, I just mean in terms...
It's been 9 years since Elder Scrolls V.
I like every time you're
Every
like, it's
time.
been so long.
Every
for me.
time.
We just
It's
gotta
just
be
like,
like, it's been 10
shut up.
years. Shut up.
But you know what I mean? It would be
We
like...
probably won't get
it
it
would be
for
like...
another
think about it this way. It would be like if Elder Scrolls 6 was
That's
announced
what I was
over
literally
Twitter.
just about to
Is
say.
it's like...
if they literally announced Elder Scrolls 6 over Twitter, I'd
Like, that would be...
what are you doing?
It's lame. It's like, I've been
I mean,
looking
they
forward...
did a pretty lame announcement anyway.
They true,
But,
But what I mean is, like, I've been looking forward to knowing what Rocksteady's been working on forever now.
True.
And for them to just be like, oh, here's a poster on Twitter, Suicide Squad. It's like, the frick? This would have been an awesome trailer reveal at PlayStation's conference or Xbox's conference. Like,
Or
it's
DC
coming
fandom.
up.
yeah,
Like,
or
frick.
DC Fandom, which is coming up in literally 2
By
weeks.
the way, still no release date and or price for the new consoles that come out in
Crazy,
2 months.
which is ridiculous. When are we gonna find out?
That's
Who knows?
insane.
Yeah. But I wanted to talk to you guys actually about Suicide Squad just a little bit. I mean,
Yeah.
we don't know a ton, but on the poster they put out after 5 years, it's Superman, and he has like purpley eyes, so it seems like he's
He's a bad
possessed or
guy.
something like
Like
that. Yeah.
corrupted. Or
And we have the crosshair on his head, and it just says Suicide Squad. An awesome logo, actually, like the way it crosses.
And like
But-
the description for the picture was like, we have our mark or something, or like
Oh, it was
Target marks
it
or
was- yeah,
something.
target marks. It was target locks.
Target
That's what it was,
locked.
Yeah.
It's weird that they're going with the Suicide Squad.
It is strange. So
Why not go with Justice League?
So here's the thing:
It
the
seems like
rumored,
it
the
is,
rumored
like-
title as of right now is Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League, which I think is actually a really cool name.
When like
But,
Connor said, it sounds like the rumor right now is that as you go along decorrupting the superheroes, they become playable. To where
Yeah.
it is Justice League kind of.
Yeah, it's weird because so if you were to ask me before this announcement what my dream project for Rocksteady was, it would be Justice League. Like that's what I've been hoping they would announce for the last few years: Justice League or TMNT. And I figured it was going to be Justice League. And then there was these rumors like a month ago about Suicide Squad. Like there was these domain registrations from Rocksteady, like, oh, Rocksteady just registered a Suicide Squad name or something. It was like, huh, interesting. So it's been rumored for about a month now that Suicide Squad was going to be their game. And so this wasn't like too shocking, but it's still very strange because here's the thing that is kind of a bummer is I feel like Suicide Squad the movie has kind of ruined the name brand
Of Suicide
of
Squad.
Suicide Squad. But what people need to realize is if you're not a fan of the movie, like I wasn't a fan of the David Ayer movie that came out a few years ago. you got to know that Suicide Squad can be different than that.
They're not a joke.
Yeah, they're the comic. There's like the comic series and the
They're
idea
like
of Suicide
bad.
Squad is awesome.
Yeah.
Actually, it's actually really cool.
They're not like a stupid joke. Like they're
and
stupid.
and they can be funny and stuff, but it's like
well, there's a difference between being funny and being stupid.
Stupid.
They
Yeah,
were literally just like idiots in the movie.
for the most
they
part.
didn't know
Hazen likes the movie.
Well,
but-
it's not like I'm
I
not
wouldn't
saying
say
like.
I love it. I think it's not a bad movie.
Well, not
I
like the
think it's not
acting.
as bad as
What I'm
it
saying is
is.
like the way they portrayed the characters. Is like the characters
that
themselves
was the
were
thing that
like
bugged me the most.
stupid. They weren't like they didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah. And so I think this has a lot of potential, and I think it's kind of cool to actually have a game where you're playing as the bad guys. Like, this is a really cool idea.
And it's gonna make like combat really cool. Fighting Superman, like how's that gonna work? He's freaking overpowered. They're gonna have to
that's what
find
I was
out how to
thinking about.
kill Superman.
One of this is one thing I've loved with Rocksteady games, specifically Arkham Asylum and City, is their boss fights are amazing. Like the Mr. Freeze fight, Deathstroke was Warner Bros. Montreal, but then like they have Scarecrow, Killer Croc, like they have awesome boss fights. Think about this one is gonna be all centered around fighting
Superman,
the
freaking
strongest
flying
DC
around.
superheroes of all time. Freaking
Laser
Superman,
beams.
Batman, Wonder
Wonder
Woman,
Woman.
Flash, Green Lantern, like who knows what the Justice League lineup is, but those are the guys you're
Flash is
fighting.
gonna take you back in time, and you have to like kill him.
Dude, it's a freaking
fight in front of dinosaurs.
it's a really cool idea, and the rumor is, and once again, August 22nd is when they're announcing the game officially.
Is
so
there
we'll know
like
more.
a conference or like what are they?
Yeah,
doing?
so it's like it's a 24-hour thing, which is weird for DC fandom. But they said they would announce like specific times for the trailers for individual stuff. But we know Warner Bros. Games Montreal is gonna be there too, so Batman Gotham Knights, which is awesome. But the rumor for Suicide Squad is that it's gonna be games of service, a lot like Avengers, which is really strange because my favorite thing about Rocksteady is that they make single-player, story-driven games. So I'm a little hesitant with this. But
if you're gonna trust someone,
if there's
Rocksteady.
anyone that I trust to make like a story-driven multiplayer game, it's Rocksteady. So I'm really hoping that they nail it, and if I have complete faith in Rocksteady, so I trust that they will. But yeah, I'm excited to kind of see more about this because we don't really know anything
Dude,
yet.
if Xbox bought Rocksteady would be
Dude,
the equivalent
holy
of
crap.
Naughty Dog.
That'd be insane. I don't know why Xbox
Missed
doesn't jump on
opportunity.
it. Oh, that's what I was going to bring up. Is so Jason Schreier was commenting on this. He's like, just for some context with Suicide Squad, apparently Rocksteady was working on something different when they ended Arkham Knight. They were working on something different, and then apparently in 2017 they canceled that project, and in 2017 started production on this. So it's actually only been in production for 3 years, which makes me think it's for sure not
I
coming
wonder
out
what they
till
were
at least
working on
next year.
before.
Yeah, I
It
know.
wasn't
I'm
TMNT.
curious. I don't think it was Team. I imagine it was probably Justice League or Superman. I think Superman is what it was because there was big time rumors of a Superman game.
why can they not make a good Superman game? It's hilarious.
It just might not work. Like I don't
It's
know.
because he's
It's
got
what
too many
worries,
power.
like the Flash. Like I want a cool Flash game. That'd be so cool. But like
Yeah.
I even thinking about it, I'm like,
How would it work?
How do you make the Flash work?
you do have
With
to
the
think
speed that
like
he moves.
Yeah.
well, yeah, Flash or even like Superman, like
And he flies fast too. Like how are you
yeah,
gonna make that
like
work?
Yeah.
flying. They'd have to render in stuff like constantly.
It
They'd
has
have
to be next
make
gen.
him- They'd
If they
have
do
to
it, it
make
has to
him,
be next
but
gen.
even then, they'd have to make him balanced.
Well,
Like,
dude-
how is he going to be able to fight just a burglar
Superman-
and have it be like fun?
yeah.
Or
Dude,
like
the guy
he'd
explodes.
literally be flying and they'd see a guy robbing. He's like,
Well, that's the other thing too. Is Superman?
you know what I'm saying?
The friendly neighborhood Superman.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say though. It's like think about it. Superman
freezes
Blows
the
the
entire
whole-
town.
typically Superman doesn't kill either. So it's
No.
like, how are they going to make that work? Where it's like, yeah, there's just some lonely goon, and he's just goosh, like one hit, and he's
Or like
across
these
the
laser
earth.
eyes. How do they
Yeah,
not
it's
kill people? They're lasers.
Well, the
Yeah.
thing is, they did that with Hulk though. Hulk's like not supposed to be able to punch someone and then be fine.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true. That's
I don't
true.
know.
Yeah, I mean, they could. There's workarounds, obviously, but it is. Heck, there's a possibility that we'll be able to play Superman and Suicide Squad. We'll see. Because with the title, it's also there's a rumored title out there. I think Suicide Squad versus Justice League, which that would much more imply like there's a possibility of playing both sides. So
As far as like the PvP and everything.
yeah, exactly. So that's a possibility, but
What if they just turn it into a shooter and you just like
I-
you can only play as Deadshot. And
Deadshot,
it's just
yeah.
like
It's
a
like
shooter.
first person Superman. You can't see anything, and you just when you press the shoot button, there's just lasers. Like
I was gonna say that though. Like Deadshot's gameplay might actually be very shooter based.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
I,
That'd be cool.
Dude, I would be kind of disappointed though if this game was in first person. I hope it's not. It would
That'd
just
be
be
so
so
weird.
weird.
Rocksteady's
Rocksteady
never made a
first.
third person, have they?
Or first
Or
person.
person. I don't think
No.
they would.
But they do have first-person moments in like Arkham Knight and
Well, then you
stuff
can just
like
play
that,
the Avengers because it's third person.
Yeah, I guess. But no, I want Rocksteady. Dang it. But
I don't like Square Enix.
freaking Square Enix. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm excited for the Avengers game. I hope I like it. But yeah, the rumor is that that's coming out fall 2021, so like still a ways away. And then, but apparently, freaking Batman Gotham Knights, which is supposed to be announced at DC Fandom in a couple weeks too,
It's not Arkham.
it might be set in Arkhamverse. We don't know yet, but that is rumored to be you can play as Batman, Robin, Nightwing, like a Batgirl, like a bunch of them. Might be multiplayer from what the rumors are, and then it's also supposed to launch in November with the new consoles.
Arkham Knights makes me think of like Azrael.
What do you mean?
Like Knights, Azrael.
Oh, Gotham Knights.
Yeah, don't you think it'd be something like that?
No, the rumors are is that it's Batman and like the Bat family, but Azrael could totally be in there.
Because they totally teased that with Arkham Knight.
I think there's some rumors going on, and this is all rumors, of course, but I think it's going to be that these are new universes, and I don't think they'll be connected to the Arkham games at all, which is kind of a bummer. But I think that Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad might be connected, like in the same universe. Like they start this new universe because it's been 5 years since Arkham Knight.
A universe without Joker.
Yeah,
they just reimagine him.
That'd be well, and no, I'd be fine without Joker in this because we had Joker in literally every single Arkham game.
Joker's the best though.
I love Joker, but I'm after 5 games of him being like a main.
They realized halfway through making
Before
Arkham
games.
Origins, they're like, yeah, we need Joker.
You know what? No more Black Mask. Let's have it be Joker.
It's been Joker this whole time.
Yeah, no.
Joke's on you.
I did love Black Mask though. Black Mask was awesome.
But it was Joker.
Yeah, but it was
You didn't
Joker.
like Black Mask. You
Yeah,
liked Joker.
the real Black Mask. I don't know if I liked it as much as it was barely in the game. What else was there that we were talking about? Is there anything else that you guys were thinking of? There was something in between that we were mentioning that I lost track of.
Games as a service.
I know something big that
Battle
happened was
passes.
Dr. Disrespect.
Oh yeah, he
got
came back
banned.
to YouTube.
He got banned on Twitch.
Claims he doesn't know why.
But like nobody said. And now he's streaming again. He came back yesterday and had like 610,000 people watching him.
Oh, really?
On YouTube. Because it was funny because Ninja came back because after Mixer crapped the bed. And Ninja went to Twitch and got 90k viewers and everyone was like, that's a huge comeback in that Dr. Disrespect game and got almost 1 million.
Who's more popular? I feel like Ninja's
Well,
more
Ninja
popular.
was, but I
The
don't
thing
know.
is with YouTube is that's such a big like
Platform.
they can just push people to
They
this
can.
thing. Whereas Twitch is more so the Twitch community because I use the Angry Joe show. I subscribe to them and sometimes I'll donate.
Right.
The amount of money that goes into these streams and the way Twitch monetizes their streams is like you can subscribe, you can donate, you can use bits.
Oh, yeah.
There's so many ways. I think you still make more money on Twitch with
than
90,000
YouTube.
than you would on YouTube with 1 million.
Well, and look, this
With
is
the
why...
way, it's just the way the whole Twitch community is just more based to pay than YouTube is.
Well,
YouTube's free, right?
Yeah.
You don't do anything with YouTube.
Mm-hmm. And people probably don't think about paying on
No.
YouTube. So.
Well, and the thing is with something like Twitch. With Twitch, if you have a ton of viewers, it depends on the game you're playing because it's not going to show you on the Twitch front page. It's only going to show you if you go to that specific game. So, like, if you're wanting to find Fortnite, it's going to show you the top Fortnite streamers. On the Twitch front page, it's not going to show you, here's the top streamers right now. But on YouTube, it was advertising Dr. Disrespect everywhere. It was like, this is what's popular right now. Dr. Disrespect, go watch him right now. So there's a ton of people.
It kind of Twitch really just recommends streams that they think you're gonna like.
Yeah.
Or something like.
Because Twitch doesn't really go off of viewership.
Yeah.
They just kind of like will recommend what.
Hey, this
before.
person that watches Angry Joe watches
this person also.
This blank person usually.
People who watch Angry Joe also watch this person. You might
and
like
then this person watches
yeah,
this.
it's kind of like that.
It's like a whole. The community in Twitch is why it's so successful.
Well, and like the thing is like that
Not
I've learned
because
about
of
Twitch
money
is like Twitch has thousands of different communities.
Oh, it's insane.
With YouTube, there's not really. There's like specific. It's like the beauty community, the hype beast community, the gaming community. It's like only 4 or 5 communities. With Twitch, it's like
every game has a community.
Every game or even person will have their own separate community with their own people who also stream with that community.
Different
like
subs.
it's insane. Because like Angry Joe has his own community. With
yeah.
his own people that he streams with who have their community who are one community. It's confusing, So Dr. Disrespect came back and like he filmed, he streamed. So he streamed the day before he actually went live, and he made so much money. He literally streamed for like 30 minutes, and it was just like a screen of his car. So many people were like donating like $30, $100 to it. He's back, and then he ended the stream. Didn't come.
Oh, that's messed up.
But then the next, because he even tweeted about it. He's like, tomorrow I'll be here, and then tomorrow. So he streamed yesterday with like 600-something thousand people watching him. He made bank, and it was crazy. So he's back now, and he hasn't signed with anybody. So it's gonna be huge. Like,
I don't think he will. I think the companies are gonna try and get away from signing people.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of a silly thing from the beginning. I mean, it's good for the streamers because
like
they make good
Ninja
money.
oh,
Yeah,
Ninja made bank.
yeah,
He-
but it's
Even
like
Ewok, who's like nobody now, like she got paid.
Oh yeah,
And, like-
well, they got paid. Well, and that's the thing is like that's why it was such a
She's
good
like
deal.
freaking 14. And she's got paid.
14.
She got like 10 million or
Well,
something.
and
Holy
that's
crap.
why it was such a good deal for
Mixer.
Ninja and Shroud because they got the perfect deal. They were making money on Twitch. They got a ton of money to go to
like
Mixer,
30 million.
and
or
then
something.
they only had to be there for like 6 months, and then
they're
they're
just
back to
back
their
to
normal.
Twitch.
Like so, they literally just made like a couple $1 million and then went back.
Hey, Steph Curry, you think you making money?
Yeah.
like
I think Ninja's deal was like $50 million
it was a lot. It was insane.
yeah, it
a
was lot
year,
of money.
which is like
Because it was supposed to be over like 4 years.
it's more than like
5
a freaking
years.
NFL player.
I think
It's
that'll
insane.
Yeah, I think that'll start. Do you guys think it'll start to fizzle out the
No.
whole deal stuff?
Oh, well, the deals
Um,
thing, yeah. But I think
Because the
streaming
thing
has
is
become
like
so
I
big
think
now.
in some ways it's
I
we're
have a
talking
feel-
about anti-consumer. I feel like
Twitch's
it's kind of
live
anti-consumer
streaming-
to
Oh, yeah.
viewers.
Twitch's live streaming is just so much better. I feel like than all the other ones. I don't know if they can.
Twitch
really compete.
dominates with the like companies will try
I mean,
to
I think
compete.
YouTube's going to continue to do live stuff, but that's just because they're YouTube.
I'm
That's what YouTube does.
surprised.
YouTube
But
is the
Facebook-
number one.
Facebook's going to stop doing it soon. Like they're not competitive.
It's not
It's
even
so
near
weird
the
to
same.
me
and
that
then who else is there?
Twitch is the biggest. Like Twitch is awesome, don't get me wrong, but isn't that surprising that YouTube doesn't like
They've just been doing
push
it for longer.
push
you know
the
what I mean?
live stream stuff more? It's just
Well,
weird to me. Like,
It's because it's not as friendly for live streamers.
well, I'm
It's
saying if
harder
they
to
did
live
though,
stream.
if they
yeah.
if they like really focused on it, do you think they
Yeah,
could?
they could.
It's not like they have a big
up-
company
up
backing
past
it.
Twitch.
But they could.
Say what? Yeah.
YouTube
It's
could.
hilarious because it's like it's Amazon versus Google here, and it's like Amazon's kicking butt.
Yeah.
Thing is I do feel like YouTube.
Yeah, that's a good point.
YouTube could do really well if they pushed their live streaming more, because YouTube's
What's up with
the
Google,
biggest
dude?
YouTube.
Google just doesn't care about their
They don't
products.
care about any. They make something and then they're done.
They
with
care
it.
about YouTube because they're like, oh well, we kind of need it because it's
It's
such a
big.
big part of the internet.
Yeah.
Like we
But
have.
otherwise, Stadia.
Where else do you watch videos?
Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about.
Nowhere.
xCloud. That's what I
Twitter?
wanted to talk about.
xCloud is going to be free.
Not
for
come
Game
into
Pass.
Apple though.
Thing is, what it sounds like is Xbox is still going to try and push. That's what they said in their first statement. They're like,
Here's the
we're gonna
thing,
It'll
continue
be
to
on
try.
iPhone
Eventually it will.
because so many people have iPhones. Xbox is going to work with
The
Apple.
pressure from consumers is.
But that's what I was gonna say. Is yeah, it's not gonna happen without pressure. And honestly, right now, I'm not seeing a ton of pressure. Like
Well,
that's
it's not
not
out
worry.
It's not out yet.
Yeah, it's not out yet. That's a good.
Once
point.
it's
That's a
out
good
and people
point.
start playing on their Android and their tablets and everyone's playing it and they're like, why can't
That's
we
what I was
freaking
gonna
play
say
it?
though. Is I think it's gonna all depend on how well xCloud does
True.
on Android. Because guess what? If xCloud comes out and it's kind of struggling, not a people are not
it's
a lot
like
of people are using.
Stadia
Yeah,
and
and it's more
laggy
like
and-
Stadia, and it's like not a lot of Android users are using it. They're not gonna be pushing to get it on iOS. Like
They're going to
it's
drop
gonna,
the whole thing.
yeah, they'll just kind of drop it. It'll fade away, and nobody will use it. And that's what I hope doesn't happen. You know, it's like I really wish that this was launching on iOS
If
to
I'm
start
honest, though, I
because
don't
it would
know-
be reaching a bigger
I don't know
market.
if cloud gaming is like ready.
I played Sea of
Unless-
Thieves on the beta thing, and it ran awesome. Like I couldn't believe it. Like, it was running
Until
awesome.
there's a point where it can like, cause like, but did you like playing on that? those
Well, no, of course not.
Well,
But-
no, it was Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
No, I do
But
like
like, did you like playing on that small screen?
No, but what I was gonna say is,
But I'm like, I want that. Why can't it be on iPad? Why can't I play it on my 12.9-inch iPad?
yeah, or desktop or
yeah.
whatever it is. Yeah.
Like,
Oh, and like, here's the biggest issue I've seen is like, cloud gaming needs to get to a point where people want to do that instead. Because after that, right now, like, when's an opportunity you're gonna be like
the plane. Same everywhere you play your Switch.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
playing with
Switch.
the internet though? It's gonna still be hard. Like, it's gonna be laggy. It's gonna be like.
I think that's when
impossible to,
5G comes in to be a big thing because the internet in 5G is going to
Yeah.
be faster.
Well, that's
We'll
when
be
I
able
think.
to support.
That's when I think
xCloud.
cloud
So next
gaming-
year,
Yeah, that's
you know
when
what?
cloud
You know
gaming
what's going
will
to
get
push
big.
that because there's already Galaxy devices that have it. There's not an Apple device that has it.
Well, that's
So
why
the
I
next
think.
iOS device that gets 5G is when you're going to start seeing the upgrades in 5G.
Right. Well, and that's why I think that's why cloud gaming has like a year or so until it's because I think XCloud is going to come out, and I honestly don't think it's going to
Light the world
be
on fire.
huge.
I don't think so.
It's going to be kind of just like
It's gonna be an add-on thing. I actually think Xbox will stick with it.
They will. They'll try
supporting it.
They do,
but I don't know if they'll push towards iOS.
Look how long they tried to support the Kinect.
Yeah.
Like, please, it launches with the Xbox.
Yeah, I'm glad they at least stick with their guns though, because we love the Kinect here.
They forced everyone to buy it with the Xbox.
That's what I mean. And now they're doing the same thing with xCloud though. They're like, if you have Ultimate,
but that's more of an add-on. You have to have it to play online or to get Game Pass. You know.
Yeah, I the thing is like I understand where you're coming from, Taryn, with like, am I really gonna use it that much? Probably not. But if I had like the clip-on thing for the controller and the phone, there's games on Game Pass that I'm always like, man, I really wish I could play this game on my Switch. Because there's some games, like Carry On's a great example, where if I had the choice, I would play Carry On my Switch. I don't care to necessarily play it on the big screen on my Xbox.
Did you see the trailer for the xCloud though? The interface and the controller that they're selling with it, literally looks like a Switch.
I thought about buying the Note 20.
And no joke, even the interface is the games are lined up like this. Like the Switch. Did you watch the trailer?
No.
And I'm like, this is literally, they're just trying to do the Switch. Which I'm glad because because Switch knows how to do it. They're the masters.
If they were smart, they would just be like, hey,
put it on
Switch.
I know.
Yeah, no, I one thing I'm worried about is because Apple's putting up such a fight with their whole reasoning behind it, I'm worried the same could be said for Nintendo, and I hope that doesn't happen. I hope Nintendo realizes that it would benefit both of them. But I could easily see Nintendo being like, no, like, we don't want the, we want more of a family-friendly scene. We also can't rate each of your games individually. I don't know.
I just feel like that's a dumb excuse.
I do too.
Did you see the Xbox when they changed their Game Pass logo? And everyone was
yeah.
like, oh, it's just Game Pass now. It's just Game Pass.
It's not Xbox.
Xbox tweeted, it's like Xbox logo. And it was like an arrow, and it was like Xbox.
Game Pass.
Game Pass. It's like, it still says it, it's just less. It's more simplified.
Yeah. I do kind of wish it was just called Game Pass, because that would give me more hope that it would come
well,
to
that's what everyone was saying. They're like, oh, it's coming to Switch, it's coming to
Yeah.
Switch, it's coming to Switch. And then it was like, oh, no, it's still
like,
Xbox.
no, it's still
Game
Xbox.
Pass.
When everyone was like, oh, they're going to get rid of Xbox Live Gold. Gold's going to go away. And then
they said
they tweeted
that
like,
one I
we're gonna
don't
stick with
understand.
Gold.
It's like, come on.
I'm like,
Get
okay,
rid
I
of
think
Gold.
Gold will
Combine
go
it.
away,
Just
though.
make it
Gold-
the same thing.
Gold will go away.
It will.
Like,
Well,
it has to.
eventually
You
Gold...
can't buy the 12-month membership.
Well, look, here's the thing.
So what's the point of having that? Nobody wants to buy 1 month at a time.
Look, here's the
3
thing.
months.
Eventually, Gold will just become part of Game Pass.
Game Pass, yeah.
And it's not even going to be a thing. It's still going to be there, just hidden in Game Pass. You have to have Game Pass to have Gold, basically.
I mean, I don't even think that'll be the case. I think it's likely that Gold will go away completely, and that you won't even have to pay for online anymore.
Well, I don't know about that.
I think Xbox is being so consumer friendly. And
That'd be huge.
And trying to give everyone a reason to come to Xbox.
That would be huge.
Because they just announced that Halo Infinite is going to be free to play multiplayer, which
I
is
saw
crazy.
that and
so,
crossplay
exactly
at launch.
And so
Holy
if
crap.
they're doing that, then why wouldn't they just be like, hey, if you can play Halo Infinite, our biggest multiplayer game, for free, why not just do that with everything?
Not just that, free on PC and play with your friends on Xbox.
Yeah. So why not just get rid of Gold and don't force people to pay for online?
Honestly, that would be huge because that's something that I think a lot of people don't like. Is that they have to pay for online because something like PC has never had that.
Well, no, and think about all the games or people they could reach if people didn't have to pay for Gold.
Yeah.
Like with Game Pass, there's so many games on there that you can try out with your friends online. And if you didn't need gold, it's like, heck, I could just get the Game Pass thing. I don't even need gold, and I can still play with all my friends.
Mm-hmm.
That would be big. That would be huge.
Yeah.
And then PlayStation would have to either walk back with charging $60 a month for PS Plus, or they would probably lose some people.
Yeah, they would. I mean, that would be huge because for the everyday consumer, like not hardcore gamers, that's a big thing. When they just want to jump on and play their Call of Duty, they don't want to pay $10 a month.
Well, and you know what? People forget, Xbox is the one that started charging
for
online.
For the 360.
For the 360. Like, before PlayStation. Years before PlayStation did. And so, I think it would be a smart move for Xbox to be like, hey, guess what? We're taking back what we did. Like, we know we started that. It's done. Like, online gaming should be for everyone. And it shouldn't be...
I feel like Phil Spencer is the reason all this stuff happened.
Oh, dude, 100%.
Did you see what...
I
love what he says about stuff, and he was like... He even said, he's like, our competitors... He didn't name anybody's names. He's like, it is anti-gamer to charge somebody twice for the same game.
Yeah.
And, like, something like that. Because he was saying about, like, smart delivery.
Phil Spencer's a freaking boss.
He is a boss.
I love Phil Spencer.
And it seems like he's in Xbox for the long haul. Like, he has no plan of leaving, and, like, he's, like...
Yeah,
is all about
he's
Xbox.
he's the reason all these consumer friendly things are happening for Xbox.
Well, I wonder when he got hired, because I wonder if he was the.
It was a couple years after Xbox One. Well, at least in the position he's at.
I've loved him
Xbox.
since.
Yeah, he's
It's
been at
freaking
Xbox
sick.
for a long time, but
being
the head, it was a couple years after Xbox One.
That's
because
good, because I bet he's the reason a lot of this good stuff's happening.
yeah, well, I mean, there was the guy who ran Xbox before. I can't remember his name. It was something Matrick, I think. He was the guy that was on stage during the whole kerfuffle for the awful Xbox One announcement. Where we're like, TV, NFL. It's like, what the f are you talking about?
You're talking to gamers
yeah,
right now.
and then he's like, the pores on Call of Duty skin. It's like, we don't care.
Dog
Show us
skin.
Dog skin.
Look at
Foreskin,
the dog
no.
slobbering. Foreskin.
But it was like a couple years after him that I think Phil Spencer came in, and ever since then he's just been pushing the pro-consumer agenda, which is awesome.
That's sick.
Yep.
That's cool.
Can you guys think of any other big news that's happened over the last few weeks? I mean, it's been a pretty crazy few weeks.
It's
But
going to be a fun Q4.
yeah.
Super excited.
How did you guys like Grounded? I think Grounded was pretty
Oh
fun.
yeah, we played Grounded.
Yeah.
Grounded was good. I think it's really early in development. Not
It's
early. in
def-
development,
you,
but
it's one of those games you can definitely tell it's an early access.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be an ongoing game for a while.
Yeah.
Mhm. I think it'll
if
be.
they stick with it.
I think it has the potential to be really good.
Because of the fact
when
it's so
it's full
unique.
You know what's cool is Xbox. When Grounded launched, 4 of the top 6 games on Steam were Microsoft owned.
I saw that.
Oh,
it
really?
was Sea of Thieves,
Halo.
Microsoft Flight Simulator, Halo, and Grounded.
Crazy.
It is funny. Wow.
And in the top 10, it's like there's only 3 games that are from
Oh
Steam.
no, I did
Because
see
one
this.
of them's also
No,
Horizon Zero
yeah,
Dawn.
yeah, that's right. I did see this. I was like, yeah, someone was like, the top freaking
10 games are
on Steam
not
are
even
all
Steam.
were all like exclusive games to like a console or something. Like, yeah, it was like Horizon and Death Stranding was in there too.
Yeah, it's like Death Stranding, Horizon, Sea of Thieves, Halo,
Uh-huh.
Flight Simulator,
PC
Grounded.
gamers are dying for some actual good games.
Yeah.
Maybe you should play on console.
Good thing I have all the good games for Game Pass.
And they're all coming for PC now, I guess.
That's what I love is that Game Pass Ultimate is so nice because like that I have all those games for free
Yeah.
on PC is huge. It's like I was thinking about it. I would have had to buy Age of Empires, Sea of Thieves, Grounded. I would have had to pay for all these freaking games on PC just to play them.
Well, and there's some games like I just played through The Tourist on Game Pass. I literally
I
beat
started
it,
that too.
and I got 1,000 gamer score. I did every achievement because they're not that hard. Like it took me like 4 hours to literally 100% the game, and it's really fun. Like it's
Really?
just a fun basic game. It's a game I would have never paid for though, and so I would
Right.
I would have
never paid the $10
Oh,
that it
dude.
cost.
no yeah, and well I never would have played it. I never would have
And
experienced that
that-
game,
dude,
but because it was on
why-
Game Pass, I was like, heck,
Why
I'll
can't
try this
every
out.
company do Game Pass? Because like Nintendo.
I don't want that. I want Game Pass to be
But
all.
dude, if Nintendo had a Game
Because
Pass,
otherwise it's just going to become like Netflix and Disney and
But, like,
Hulu.
there's
Yeah,
so
there's way
many-
too many.
That's true,
subscription
that's
services,
Peacock
yeah.
and
But there's
Peacock,
so
HBO
many.
yeah.
Max.
But Peacock's free.
Peacock's not free.
For the premium stuff, there it costs.
That's
more.
just no ads.
No. Like when-
Peacock, when
Peacock's
I was able
$15
to
a month.
watch Peacock for free.
well, like
I was
no,
able to watch
it might
Friends
be
for
right
free.
now, but they've said like when The Office and stuff comes, it's gonna be a
Because like
monthly
Friends is on it
subscription.
right now, and you can watch it for free.
Friends? The frick? Why?
And there's like so many things.
Friends is on HBO Max. I
There's
thought.
so many things on it for free. Like it's weird.
There's no way it's going to be free.
It won't be
They got to
free
make
for
money
you,
somehow.
yeah.
How are they going to make money?
Yeah.
How does YouTube make money?
ads?
Ads.
But
I'm pretty sure
on
Peacock has
millions
ads.
and millions of videos.
yeah,
I haven't seen it. yet,
Hulu.
but I
Even
bet
Hulu's
Peacock-
ad plan. How's Hulu not free?
Well, I bet that's how Peacock's free. It's because it probably has ads.
No, but Hulu has it costs money even with ads.
It's
like
$5.99 with ads.
With ads.
So stupid. That's
Yeah.
a stupid deal.
So
Or $11 with no ads.
for $11 no ads, yeah. So it's
Yeah,
like
Peacock. Like I'm surprised you haven't even gotten like Peacock has the ads on YouTube where they're like, go watch Peacock free, 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 free,
Okay,
free,
real
free,
fast.
free, free, free.
Can I say this? What is the #1 ad you guys get on YouTube? Because I get it all the freaking time.
I have YouTube Red. So
Oh,
I don't have
You have
ads.
YouTube Red.
Yeah. Because I watch so much YouTube. At
You're
some
just
point,
like,
it was
screw
just
it.
like, it's worth it.
No.
And like the whole closing your phone and watching YouTube still is like amazing.
Oh, that I'm sure that is nice. The ad I always get is, let's see if you guys can finish it. You're not a dish. You're a
Oh
man.
my gosh! Yeah,
Oh, man.
all the time.
I used to get
all the freaking
What's it
time.
called?
It's manscaping. Or,
No, it's
Dr. Squatch.
Dr. Squatch soap.
Yes, all the freaking.
You're not a dish.
That's
You're a
part of the
man.
reason because
Your
it was
your
so
poor balls.
it was so repetitive. I was just
All
like,
the time.
I'm done.
Dude,
I'm paying for premium. I hate this so much.
I think I've heard the beginning 5
Wash
seconds
your
of that
balls.
ad. I've heard the beginning 5 seconds of that ad more than I have anything in my life. It's so
Dude.
annoying. It's like every time I turn on YouTube, I
oh
just know I'm gonna
yeah,
hear.
this sounds good. Really sexy.
Well,
If my man wore this, oh.
Yeah, dude, the ad
the
is.
fuck?
And dude, what pisses me off is it's like a 5-minute ad.
Man,
So
Man,
when
that
I
guy.
used
So
to-
that guy, he's literally does it for multiple guns. Because like there was the same guy that did something else for like toilet paper. Because like I was literally watching it and he was like, we have extra special, extra soft toilet paper, and I was like, it's the same beard dude with the long hair.
Why is he
I don't
in
want
everything?
him. He's so annoying.
So have you guys ever gotten the ads that are like 45 minutes long?
No.
That's it. So like I sleep to YouTube, right? But when I didn't have the premium, I would like wake up and it would be like playing some like church stuff, and it's like look on
What
the
is
thing
this
and it's like
ad?
why is this playing? And it's an ad to an Angry Joe video, and I'm like
What?
what the fuck is happening?
There was
And
an
it's
ad.
it's 45
Oh my
minutes long.
gosh.
There was an ad for like a game.
If you didn't
called,
skip it,
like,
you can skip it after 5 seconds.
There was
but-
a
Yeah.
ad for a game called like Eve Online that was literally like 30 minutes.
It's
Because I was sitting there and
insane.
it was playing forever. Because I play games while I watch ads.
Sure.
I'm like, what the fuck? This is insane.
The ad that
I
always
expected
annoys
to
me
end
is
soon.
the survey ones because they're silent and so you don't
You
know
don't
if they're
know,
on
and you're like-
what is
Oh,
happening?
you have to actually look
and
it
then
up.
it's like and it's like pick one and you're like
I always just skip.
The friggin'
I was just like,
yeah,
skip. I don't care what it says.
I don't care what your stupid survey is.
Do you guys play mobile?
I guess
games
we're not
on your
getting
phone?
ads because we're ripping on ads right now.
Yeah, yeah. No one wants to.
Yeah, we're
F
not
ads.
getting
We
ads.
hate. Here's our least favorite ads.
Yeah, why aren't we getting ads? We have like a huge listener base.
That's funny because we're like ripping on ads. What if they were the only one? We're like, we should add. Oh wait,
Dr.
they just
Squatch
ripped
and
on our
Basement Bros.
specific
Oh.
ad.
No,
Dr.
we love
Squatch.
we love your balls,
Dr.
Dr.
Squatch.
Squatch.
Wait, where's the guy? The guy with the hair and the beard. I love that
I
guy.
love
He's
you,
so
man.
funny.
But then there's also like the
Manscaped and all
those,
Manscaped
yeah.
is pretty.
What were you saying about mobile games?
Oh, mobile games are the worst with ads now.
I don't
Oh
play
my
mobile
gosh.
games.
I've gotten to the point like if I open up a game on my mobile phone, like it's just an ad, and then you play a segment of the game, like
And then it's an ad
a
again.
not even a minute segment, and it's like another ad. And it's not you can't even play them anymore. It's
So like
it's
specifically
horrible.
with games with the levels. So I actually watched a whole video on it because it's a huge marketing idea and it's actually really smart. With the ads or with the games on mobile that have levels where it's like level 1, level 2, what they'll do is they'll have an ad after every level, if not every other level. And if they're quick levels, it's just like ad.
Yeah, that's
ad,
annoying.
Dude, it's
ad.
insane. Watch, I'm gonna show you guys. Keep talking.
No, I could show you. I could literally pull up a game
See,
probably right now. and
I
do an ad.
don't remember the last like true mobile game I played because I'm sick of them. I can't.
But look,
stand
like the
them.
only mobile game that I probably is like Pokemon Go and Mario Kart.
I mean,
Those
you
are-
got an ad just sitting.
I got an
there.
ad. Yeah, I'm not even playing it, and there's an ad at the bottom of the screen. And I guarantee when this is over and I click this next screen, there's gonna be a pop-up ad that's 30 seconds long that I can't skip. Ready?
It's gonna be the guy. It's gonna be Dr. Squash.
Oh, I didn't get it. That's
Wow,
crazy.
you got
I usually get it every game.
They were listening because the phone's listening.
Yeah.
But no, yeah.
Like, oh, they're talking about ads.
Well, I literally don't have
Turn it
any
off.
games on my phone that have ads because I've gotten rid of them.
See, there's a lot of games that are really fun to play on mobile, but they have so many ads. It's like I'm not.
It's
I'm
not
not
worth
I don't
it.
want to. I don't want to sit through this.
Yeah.
And I don't want to sit for like 30 seconds every minute. It's like ridiculous because it's like you're almost watching more ads than you're playing.
You really are.
It's like it's not even like worth it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't even know what we're gonna title this episode.
Yeah, I know what we're really talking about. I mean, probably Avengers. That was the bulk of it, I guess. But oh, I guess this is if we do this as a separate one.
Yeah,
True.
we can do this as
But-
news.
Yeah. Anything else news wise? Or
I don't think so. I'll probably remember like 10 seconds after we end.
Yeah, after we end it, he'll be like, "Oh frick, there was
frick,
that
we were-
huge announcement."
Oh, it's Disney. Disney Plus is bringing
Mulan. Oh yeah, this is
to
huge.
their thing
But
for
it's
$30.
$30.
Now, a lot of people are like $30.
That's not much.
You bring a family of 4, or if say us 3 watch it, how much is that per
$10
person?
each, yeah.
$10 each.
$30.
How much do you go to a theater for and spend?
Yeah,
For one person,
Almost
if you
15.
get like a ticket and like a drink, how much are you spending?
$15.
I'm
15,
sorry.
20 bucks.
People are complaining, but they did the same thing with Scoob, Trolls,
did.
Yeah.
everything. It's
The-
still a movie.
The only reason that I am sad about it is purely because I love movie theaters and I'm worried about the movie theater experience
Industry.
dying. But yeah,
They start
otherwise,
doing this more
like
regularly,
from
it's
a
cheaper.
from a like movies from like a consumer standpoint, $30 is not
Very
bad
nice.
for.
But I do admit with you, like, it does kind of scare me, like, that movie theaters
They'll
will
be
go away.
around.
They'll
People
be-
like the experience, and they're just
Yeah.
waiting for this whole thing to be over.
I really hope so. I just like I don't know. Mulan is one of those ones where also Disney Plus announced, as you guys hear, that if you pay $30, this is one thing I think is kind of stupid. It's $30, and then you will continue to be able to watch Mulan for as long as you have a Disney Plus membership. I think that's stupid. So it's like you basically own it, but not really. Only if you have
Also
Disney Plus.
subscribe. Kind of like Xbox games.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like Games with Gold.
That's kind of strange.
It's,
I hope they,
actually,
but I hope they
so
don't. I hope they don't like. I hope it doesn't work as well because otherwise they'll start doing that with multiple
No,
movies.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
They'll be like, oh,
Tenet for if you want to watch it on
or
Netflix.
even old movies, $10 to even watch it. Like that would be stupid. I don't know. I hope they don't get a habit of that.
Well, and that's the thing is like, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I saw somebody put out. It's like, wow, even movie streaming services have Games with Gold and PS Plus now, because it's legit just like it. It's like as long as you subscribe, you'll have access to that movie. But if you're not, then it's gone. Which is kind of stupid because it's like it's basically Disney forcing you to have the subscription if you want to have access to that movie, which is dumb.
It's funny you brought up Tenet. So Tenet's probably gonna have a crossover with Fortnite. Weird.
That's so weird. What is Christopher Nolan's? I love Christopher Nolan.
But
Very
Fortnite.
Very strange that Christopher Nolan, he's like
All
Christopher
about
Nolan is
cinema.
adamant about Tenet coming to theaters, which I'm glad. I'm so glad that he wants it to come to theaters, and that's the only way he's gonna release it. But he is so gung ho about that. But yet he's like, you know what? Put Inception and The Prestige
Watch them on
in Fortnite.
You can watch them on Fortnite.
He's like,
so
yes,
you're watching
this
them
is
on
how
your phone.
cinema was meant to be.
So you're playing
in
Fortnite on your phone and then watching Tenet through your phone. On Fortnite's little screen.
Yeah.
But soon they're gonna have it to where on Fortnite in the movie theater you're watching somebody play Fortnite watching Tenet.
So
they're watching Tenet
like,
through Fortnite through your phone.
Yeah.
And then you're like,
it's just so funny to me.
Whoa!
Like,
I need a magnifying glass for my phone.
it's just so funny because Christopher Nolan's like one of those like cinema guys. He's like he's a.
It's
I
an
love,
experience.
Yeah, it's an experience. And I love that.
It's like,
I'm
is
glad.
this cinema? I'm watching it on Fortnite.
But,
I'm a banana flossing while I'm watching Inception.
This guy's in my way. I'm flossing as a banana. Trying to watch
Leonardo DiCaprio just killed himself, and I'm flossing. Like.
Yeah. It is so weird to me. Man, it's Tenet getting crowd. What would that even be?
Well, no, it's actually kind of a cool theory because people think that this whole season didn't happen, and that because Tenet has to do with time. Because like if you break
it's such a trash season.
Because like you break break a certain floor and there's like a briefcase with the Tenet symbol on it and it plays like a cool sound.
You are.
It's weird. You like with games you'll like love them and then you'll hate them and then you'll love them. Like
Well, it's specifically
Well, he's also
Fortnite.
because like with Fortnite you like played it a lot last season and then like all of a sudden
That's because I was
this season
streaming
sucks.
though, and I had to have something to stream.
But you did play it on off stream multiple times.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I'm pretty sure Hayes is also just playing to the crowd a bit too. He's just joking.
But
He's
this season
I
was
devil's
blockbuster
advocate.
as far as I know. Also news related, PS4 pad, like their game controllers, won't work with the PS5.
Oh
yeah,
my
that's
gosh,
right.
I thought
another
that's
anti-consumer
stupid.
thing.
Another thing they did, and
Like-
it's like Xbox announced like when they announced their console, like, oh yeah, all the controllers you
All
have now,
controllers work.
all the accessories you have will work
Yeah.
with
And
your
look, I'm
console.
sorry,
Xbox
but that's
tweeted
except
out-
for your hard drive.
Yeah.
Like I'm
Which
sorry,
sucks.
but like Xbox's new controller may look stupid, but it's a lot better than having to buy a whole new set of
Before-
controllers. Like
well,
if
how
you
much-
have 4 people,
how much
you
you
have to
wanna
buy
bet?
4 DualSense controllers.
Yeah, that sucks.
Retarded.
That does suck. And you know what sucks is the PS5 controller. I pretty much guarantee is going to be like $70.
Oh,
70,
for sure.
80
With how much
bucks.
they've added into it.
And so I mean,
The
think
fact
about,
that the Joy-Cons were
are
$60
$80. No, Joy-Cons are
$8, and they're like pieces of
$80,
trash, little
yeah.
plastic pieces of
Things
trash,
like throw against the wall and be like, eh.
and then
I
they're
actually like
broken.
them. I actually like them more than most people.
No, I like the Joy-Cons, but they are cheaply made.
They are
Sure.
way
super
cheap,
cheap.
and they break
That's the problem
too
with them.
often and too easily.
Yeah, no, don't. I like the Joy-Cons. Like putting it
I
in
almost
is super
considered. So when I
satisfying.
got my new Switch, I almost considered. I was like, maybe I'll just take my old Joy-Cons because they've been so trusty and like they haven't broke, and just
switch them
take-
out.
Switch them out and take mine.
You could.
It's like I know they work and they're fine, but I'm
Yeah.
like these ones are probably good.
Yeah.
Well, that's why if I
They probably
get a
won't.
new Switch, I'll probably just get a Switch Lite. I don't want to have to deal with Joy-Cons anymore. I'm sick. I never.
But Joy-Cons are
I
so
never take
cool
them
though.
off.
Like taking them out, like the experience of
Yeah,
it's so funny.
I played Rocket League with some people at work
Yeah,
because
like,
I take
take
my
it
Switch
out.
to work,
Uh-huh.
and like at lunch I'll just take my Switch out, give my buddy
the
the controller,
Joy-Con.
and we'll play like. Rocket
I've done that
League
with
or-
Smash Bros. It's
Yeah.
so fun. It's so and it's perfect for like you probably have done it with Gracie, I'm sure.
Yeah,
or, like,
that's true.
and I've done it with Alexa or whatever.
It's nice to have the option.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and it's nice to have the option of docking it. What if the next Zelda comes out? How are you gonna play it on mobile? On your
Only on
exclusively
your
on your screen?
Switch.
Well, I'd
yeah.
use my current Switch for a docked mode, and then just use the Switch Lite.
But what if there's what happens is they make the exclusive like Breath of the Wild 2 exclusive to the Pro Switch. It's only going to be on.
I don't think
Switch
they're gonna
Pro.
do that.
I don't think they would, but
Knowing
it's
Nintendo, I don't
Knowing-
know.
I don't
They
know.
could.
They'd
Launch
be like,
exclusive with the Switch
yeah,
Pro.
it's exclusive with Pro Switch, so then it's like, hey, you can't play it on.
That's true.
Yeah.
Nintendo's done that before with like the 3DS.
I
They're
hope they do.
Here's
that, 'cause I
amiibos.
really
You
want
can't
to
use
do
them on your 3DS though.
They
You have to
did
get
They
the
did
new
it with
3DS.
Skyward Sword too on the Wii, where they're like, hey, guess what? New Zelda game, but you have to have the Wii Motion Plus for your controller, which costs $30 to $40 alone. You know, or I don't remember how much it was, but it's like that's an accessory you have to play Skyward Sword. So Nintendo does weird stuff like that. I wouldn't be too surprised. I hope not, but yeah, the Joy-Cons I think are just cheap, but I like them. I like that.
But it is stupid like that. You can't use your PlayStation controller.
Oh my
like
gosh,
you
yeah,
can
that's what we
even
were-
you can even use a GameCube controller on the Switch. Like even
Yeah.
even Nintendo's more lenient with that, and
Uh-huh.
Nintendo's crazy about their stuff. They're
Yeah.
like, you can't use anything.
Uh-huh.
But like even they're like, oh yeah,
more
you can
lenient
use a.
than
But that's stupid. Like I'm sorry, but the fact that I can use my Xbox controller on my phone, my Xbox, my PC, my Xbox Series X, my Switch.
Not only that, know what someone was saying? I saw someone put this on Twitter, and they were like, well, you know what you guys can do? He's like, if you don't know what to do with your DualShock 4, you can always use it for xCloud on your for your Xbox.
Yeah.
You can. So it's
That's
like,
a great
yeah,
response.
it's like, well, I guess I could use my DualShock 4 for playing xCloud. I can have that be my controller on the go. It's like, freaking even Xbox
But the
lets you
thing
use
is, Xbox
PlayStation
has a better
controllers.
controller. So
Well,
Yeah.
like that's what I mean. Like the fact I can use my Xbox controller on literally everything.
you can.
Everything.
It's just Bluetooth.
It's Bluetooth, and like it's even gonna work with the new console. Like I'm not gonna have to upgrade. So where we have Xbox One controllers,
Dude, I have
we
so
don't need
many.
to rebuy.
I am one man and I have like 6 controllers. I didn't even know.
Like, we don't need
Controllers
to.
are one of those
We don't need to
things.
rebuy a bunch of.
Exactly. That's what's
PlayStation
so awesome is
controllers.
any multiplayer game, local multiplayer game we get on the Xbox Series X, we're gonna be able to play because we're gonna have plenty of controllers. It sucks though because like with PS4, guess what I own on PS4? Game Beast, which is a multiplayer
You
game,
have 2
but I have
controllers.
2 PS4 controllers, and I should only have one. The only reason I have 2 is because I got one for $20.
Right.
But it's like normally I'm probably only gonna have one DualSense. I'm not gonna. So any multiplayer locally on PlayStation, I'm
Yeah,
never
because
gonna
when
be
you
able to
play on PlayStation, what do you
because
play?
a single player games.
A single player. They're single player. God
Yep.
of War. I mean,
Last of Us,
and
Spider-Man,
all those.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't play multiplayer. At least we don't. I
Yeah.
mean, there is people that do, but we don't.
I don't. Yeah, I think they're
Which is why
primary.
almost being an Xbox player right now is like the way to go.
Oh, for sure.
Well, yeah,
And then
you
just
are
buy
right.
a
Like
PlayStation.
I think that PlayStation's main market is their single player. Look like.
Is there exclusive stuff? Yeah.
Well, and they're specifically single player. Like, there's not like they don't have like huge multiplayer game. I mean, I think Fall Guys is like their first one that's like this huge
And it's not even exclusive.
multiplayer
Yeah.
type of game. You know,
Yeah.
like, they don't
it's
really
true.
care about that stuff.
Yeah, it is weird. Like that would be a big move for PlayStation to get like a big multiplayer game. Because that would be like imagine it. I was worried for a minute because Cuphead came to PlayStation.
I saw
It's
that
crazy.
just randomly.
Just randomly.
It's out of
another
nowhere.
beta
Out of
news.
nowhere. So like once again another missed opportunity for Microsoft not.
I
buying
mean,
Studio
I do
HR.
think even if
Don't
they
get it.
did, the thing is I think Microsoft has shares in that company because there's no way they made that game without anything.
Yeah.
And Microsoft was just like, go ahead.
Yeah.
Microsoft doesn't
Well,
care at
they
this
don't
point.
care.
They're
I
like,
mean, they don't
put
care.
it. They're probably
Well, and it's
Halo's
awesome.
coming to
Well,
PlayStation.
you know, it is awesome because like Studio MDHR, they're an indie company, and now they have their game on every console,
Where they
so they're
have-
gonna make
anybody
tons
can
of
get
more
the game.
money. It's awesome, but
And that'll give them money to make their next
their
game.
sequel, yeah,
Because they're gonna have something. I'm sure it'll be Cuphead 2 or
Well, they already
something.
announced the DLC.
Which does Xbox own them?
no,
To
and
do
that's what
MDHR,
sucks. Yeah, they didn't. buy it.
the thing is so have you ever watched the documentary of when they made Cuphead?
I've seen bits and
Literally,
pieces of it.
they praise Xbox the entire
Oh, yeah.
time. They're like, we thank the Microsoft team. They're the ones that
I'm sure
allowed us.
Xbox-
Oh, I
I guarantee Xbox funded the game.
They
Well, I
did,
guarantee
yeah, a
they've
lot of it.
invested so much into the NDHR. They probably gave them all the money they
But
needed.
they didn't.
They
buy
were
it.
like,
that's the
but
thing
they,
that's stupid.
but like they could still produce.
But if they own 50% or 49%, they could be
They
like, we're going to give
basically
you
own
$100,000 and now we own you.
Yeah, well, and this
And
is
you think
the-
about how much money they get.
That's
from
what I
the
didn't
game.
understand though. Is like it's the same with Mood Studios, who makes Ori. It's like they don't technically own them, which I don't know why they wouldn't. Because guess what? Put their games on PlayStation and Switch still. That's fine. But then you still make half the freaking revenue or whatever it is off of the PlayStation sales.
Mhm.
It's like I don't know why you wouldn't want to own them.
Man, we're good businessmen. We should move.
Yeah, we should run.
We
Microsoft.
should run a
Xbox,
studio.
you should buy all these things.
Xbox, we're gonna
Spend
make
billions of dollars and buy every single thing you can. It
We-
doesn't matter if it's bad.
We're
Xbox,
smart.
we have a game idea. Will you buy us?
We have some
Xbox-
great game ideas.
We are very creative
Xbox
people.
becomes like the Netflix of gaming. It's like, Netflix, I have a movie idea. It's about a kid. You're hired.
You're greenlit.
You're
Yeah.
greenlit. Oh yeah,
Netflix, you're greenlit.
that South Park episode where he's like, "This is Netflix. You're greenlit." And then he's like, "I'm sorry, we've never done this in the history of our company, but I'm gonna have to deny you a movie."
A movie, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, any other news?
I think that's all the news. I think we covered it all.
We got the big stuff for sure. So
Rocket League coming free to play.
Rocket,
Woo! Actually, I've been hyped into Rocket League.
We've been playing Rocket League.
I can't
like
believe I got into Rocket. Should we get into what we've been playing?
Sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
3 episodes.
Yeah. Just cut it up.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Super Basement Bro Show, where we're about to talk about what we're playing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then people are gonna catch on. Like if we actually had an audience, they'd be like, "Wow,
Wait a
splitting the
minute.
episodes like it's making more money."
Wait a minute.
This is just content. They won't. They won't know
They
in
don't
the
care.
future.
Well, they don't care. Either. We don't have an audience.
Yeah,
So we don't. It doesn't matter. We can do what we want.
So we all got into Rocket League
Randomly.
like I don't know, or 5 years or so after the game launched, right? And Connor bought his first
Battle Pass.
Microtransactions,
Yeah,
basically.
literally. Never bought a Battle Pass before, ever. Not Apex.
This is not offensive to you, what I'm about to say.
Okay, sure.
But Connor is the cheapest gamer I've ever met in my life.
That is true. I'm
Connor
not
does
deny
not
that.
spend his money.
I'm very selective when it comes to video games. Well, it's one of those things where, yeah, I will fully admit it. I am very selective when it comes to games. Like, if I know I'm gonna like it, I'll get it. But when it comes to like microtransaction-y type stuff, season pass type stuff, the only season passes I've ever gotten are for like the Arkham games, Smash Bros. It's games I know 100% I will like. You know.
And you know you like Rocket League.
Yeah, and I know I like Rocket League. That's why I did it. And so I was like, screw it. We're playing this a lot.
And you've already you did the Rocket Pass in like 2 days.
Yeah, exactly. And that's another thing. That's another reason why I got it. It's like, for example, I like Apex a lot, but I have not gotten an Apex Battle Pass because
we've never gotten to tier 100.
Yeah, it's like it's impossible to level up in that Battle Pass.
It is crazy.
And it's just not worth it.
That game specifically is the worst with the Battle Passes, I think. Did you guys see that they announced? That's another thing they announced.
I haven't watched. Anything
Oh
of
yeah,
their
that's
stuff.
right.
I
Yeah.
haven't watched it.
From what looks
I
like.
haven't seen anything else besides the cinematic trailer.
I watched.
I'm telling you, Respawn's got to be working on something else at this point. They've got to be working on Titanfall 3
Well,
story.
but the thing is, they do have the separate studio for Apex.
Sure.
Now,
Are they starting
so.
already? Have they done that?
I don't know. Maybe COVID threw that off. Who knows? But they are gonna have a separate studio for that, which is awesome. But yeah, Rampart.
I feel like Apex had a random just drop off. I don't know. I haven't even
Apex what?
had a random.
Well, we
drop
just
off.
weren't able to play it together.
But I feel like Apex needed to be talked about more.
No, season 5 was its biggest season. At least from what they were saying. From what I was like, they had the most players for their latest season than they ever have for any
Might
other
just be
season.
us.
So
I
it's
can't
just
wait
us.
till crossplay comes out. Cause then
I can't wait for it to come to Switch.
Cross progression, cross play.
Oh, is it coming to Switch? That's
Come to Switch in the fall, yeah.
Didn't they say they were working on
said they
mobile?
were never going to do cross progression.
Which is bullcrap.
They're not doing cross progression, but they're
Never.
doing crossplay.
They said they will never do cross progression, but they will have cross play.
I don't get
Why?
that. We'll see. They'll walk it back.
I think it's because of the fact that they have the PlayStation exclusive
I
skins.
think it's because it's EA.
I think
and
it's
it has
'cause
to go
it's
through
EA,
Origin
yeah.
servers and everything.
EA's the reason
Origin
for sure.
sucks.
But anyway, Rocket League.
Yeah, Rocket League. I've been playing it. I'm up to like tier 89 or
Holy
something
crap.
like that. It's so fun. I loved the game when it first came out, and I played it a ton. And now I'm like back into it, and I'm like hyped. It's going free to play that I can, and it's gonna have cross progression, so I can play it on my Switch and get cross progression.
Yeah,
on
that's one thing I'm
Like,
super hyped for is the cross.
Just it'll be one of those games that I just play whenever. I can play it on my PC. I can stream it, and we
I
can all
honestly
play
think
together.
it'll become like Fortnite, where
Well,
it's just kind of like a game. Look, like
And Epic does cross play and cross progression really well.
oh my gosh, and look, it was like years ago at this point. Ninja put it perfectly. He's like, when games are everywhere, you can play it anywhere you want, mobile, phone, Switch, Xbox, anywhere. It makes the game so much better, more playable. More people play it. They do because they're like, I can literally just jump on my Switch and play it and have my same account and everything.
Rocket League
That's
also,
huge.
and I don't know if this, I swear I read this somewhere, but I could be totally wrong. But Rocket League, I think, puts up the best numbers on ESPN than any other esport game.
Really?
And I think that's because it's more similar to a sport than any other esport type game. And so I think it's gonna.
I think it's the only way that like that kind of sport could ever be real.
Well, and also think of people that watch
Cars.
Sport. Think about Grandpa. Think about someone like Grandpa. What do you think he'd enjoy watching more, Rocket League or Fortnite? Rocket
Call of
League.
Duty.
Like,
The
I think it's
question
more
is
approachable.
when is Rocket League the sport going to become a real thing.
That's what I was thinking.
And when her car is actually going to
Real
hit
cars.
giant metal balls.
When are we gonna have like you're in a
with
freaking-
giant hydraulics.
You're in Vivid Smart Home arena, cars are driving.
Can you imagine?
Dude, that'd be
crazy.
That would be
That'd be the most
people would
fun
die.
thing to watch, though. Like, can you imagine watching that in real life and you're like,
What if it's like
Woo!
a giant hologram?
No, that's
and,
what I was
like,
gonna
you're
say.
playing?
AR.
That'd be
It's-
sick.
AR is how they would have to do something like that.
They give you Apple Glass that are coming out in a couple of years.
Yeah, that could be.
is
Cool.
that gonna be like? Do
They're,
you think that's
they're
gonna be
confirmed
good?
to be working on it. I don't know if it's going to be good, but they're confirmed to be working on it.
It's about time Apple
Um,
does something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rocket League's awesome. It's one of those games where, so I got it the day it came out, I think, on Xbox. Because it's weird, because did you guys know Rocket League was a PS Plus game that was free
Really?
first? Yeah, it's the same thing with Fall Guys, which is weird. And so it came out first on PlayStation for PS Plus. I didn't have a PlayStation yet because I didn't get my PS4 till Uncharted 4. And so, and then it came out on Xbox like a few months later, so I got it on there. And I've loved Rocket League. Like, in Rocket League's one of those games where it's the perfect game to go free to play. I'm shocked it hasn't been free to play.
I'm surprised
It's so
it's
easy
taken
to hop
so
into
long.
for. If you have 25
Quick
minutes to
matches.
fill, you can get 4 matches in.
Yeah.
And you're like, fine.
Uh-huh.
It is probably the number one game that I'm surprised was not free to play.
Uh-huh.
Like, along with like Fallout 76.
It works, and I'm like Hasten said, I'm super glad it's going cross progression because now I own it on Switch. Not that it matters now because it's free to play, but I never played it on Switch because I was like, I don't want to play it and not upgrade on here. Because
Yeah, have a whole separate account.
have a whole separate account. All my stuff is on Xbox,
Yeah.
so I'll just play it on there. But now that it's on Switch with cross progression, I'll be like,
Well, like
yeah.
I feel like that's something that's like the future of gaming that's more soon and like now is cross save, cross progression, and like cross play. I feel like that's so huge. It's so nice to have in every game. you know?
Absolutely, and that's why it sucks that some games aren't launching with it, like Avengers and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like at this point, going forward, I think
Because,
it
like,
needs
you know
to be
All
a
games
necessity.
have cross
And,
progression.
well, because like I
and
feel like what
crossplay.
sucks is like I'm gonna get Avengers on Xbox, level up a ton, and then when it's crossplay, I'm gonna switch to PC, and there's a chance I couldn't have my same account. You know, that sucks.
Yeah, that
That's
does suck.
stupid. Had to restart everything, and it's like just because I wanted to play on a different console.
And yeah, it seems like such a foreign thing now to not be able to play with friends,
Just
even though they're on a
wherever you
different
are.
console. It's like,
Yeah.
because think about it, you have somebody who gets something on PC. Like if you did get Avengers on PC, we wouldn't be able to play together. That's stupid. It's like why? Because the companies
Can't work together.
can't work together simply just to let people play online together. It's like you still gave them money for the PC purchase.
Mhm.
We still gave Microsoft money for the Xbox purchase or PS4 purchase. It's like, why can't they just work together and then allow you to play together?
Yeah.
What's the harm in that? I don't get it. Any other news or games you've been playing that you want to talk about? Or should we wrap up?
Because the Xbox, they announced that Destiny is coming with all of its expansions for free to the
Game
Xbox Game
Pass.
Pass,
That is big.
which is cool. Because like now, if you wanted to jump in, and Hasten said something he hates is like when he wants to play Destiny with me, he has to buy the new expansion because it's like free. But now that's not the case.
That will be nice.
That's
Yeah.
something small that got announced. That's cool.
Yeah, there was the Xbox event and there was a state of play just this last week for
They had nothing.
There was
which had
nothing.
nothing really. It was a lot like the Xbox third party.
The indie game, yeah.
We're supposed to
so-
get the new. Apparently, you're going to announce the new Xbox event soon. So
Yeah.
it's early August, which we are getting to mid-August. So they gotta kind of hurry here.
Real fast before we wrap this episode, when do you guys think we're gonna get price and
The end of this
Release
month. Gamescom
is at the end of this?
is at the end of this month, and I think Xbox is gonna have their conference then.
I hope so. We gotta
Like,
know.
I think it's like August 31st. I think that's.
If
when
I'm
we're
honest,
gonna
I don't think it'll be a big. I think it'll just be a random day. I don't think it'll be at a con. I think it'll literally just be.
I don't think
Xbox will literally just tweet it.
I don't think they can do that necessarily because they have to give people a heads up for pre-order.
I don't know.
At least that's what PlayStation said they're doing. I don't know about Xbox, but PlayStation said you will know before pre-orders go out.
But yeah, but it doesn't mean that they're gonna do it in an event.
No, it doesn't have to be an event.
Because that's what I mean. I think it's not gonna be this huge thing.
But what are they gonna do? Like tweet out, "Hey,
Thing is,
pre-orders
if,
go
if
live."
they
in
tell,
5
literally
if they
think it'll
tell
be like
Walmart
an announcement.
or Target or Amazon, someone's gonna leak it. They always do.
Yeah.
They always screw it up, and they're like, "Oh, pre-orders available this day," and then they delete it immediately. So
Uh-huh.
like, they have to give them a bigger heads up because they said they're gonna give them time to like get it ready.
I'm
you
so
know,
curious about price.
So they're gonna wait until the last possible second. They're gonna be like, "All right, here's the deadline a week before it comes out. It's $6,000."
It's like
$6,000, but it's the best gaming experience you've ever had.
one of them's like, either Microsoft or Sony is like,
Even me.
$800, and
Even-
then the other company's like, $400.
Oh no!
We're
Then
broken.
Nintendo's like, we're still 300. Everyone's like, Nintendo!
We're still 300, and Breath of the Wild 2.
It's still 60. Breath of the Wild 1 is still $60, even though 2 is coming out next month.
All right.
Oh, number 2 came out? It's now
$70.
$65.
$65.
Because now it's an old game.
Now it's an
so
old game that you can't find, so haha.
So it's classic, just like Smash Bros. Melee. It's
It's
now
like
$700
yeah.
to get.
And we refuse to release
my
our old
buddy-
games.
My buddy at work was laughing at us because he actually listened to our episode, and he was talking, and he's like, I thought it was ridiculous when you guys said, oh, there's only 400 million, or 9 million, or, yeah, something million copies of Spider-Man. And it could be run out
Oh,
one day. And
Tanner?
he,
Gotcha.
I think Tanner said it or something.
Wait, what?
Oh, yeah. I
Because
remember.
last episode we said there's only like 2 million copies, 4 million copies of Spider-Man out there, or else they're gonna run out. And it was just
I
like,
see what you're saying.
and even I thought about it after, and I was like, 4
That is a
million.
lot.
There's a lot of
No,
copies.
no, I'll stand by what we say. That's not a ton. I'm sorry,
I
there's
go with
7 billion people
It's
on
just
Earth.
when you think about it and when we said it.
It is,
like,
but it's
like Animal Crossing. Is that ever going to be a game one day where it's like there's 29 million copies? And you're just like,
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Is look, I will defend what we said.
Yeah, because
4 million is nothing compared to 7.9 billion people on Earth.
Well, and also
you think
here's
about
the
it.
thing.
If those people never want to sell their copy,
Yeah.
there's no.
That's
you
that's
literally
the
can't get
that's the
game.
problem right there. Is think about it. If you own Spider-Man physically, 30
Right.
years from now, that's going to be vintage. And I'm sorry, most people don't want to sell their stuff.
Well, look,
at least if they're like collectors.
Yeah, like 4 million is a lot, but the United States has 700
I
million
remember I
people.
used to sell my copies, and I'm wishing I never did.
Yeah,
You know,
most
that's
people
what I
do.
do.
Now I'm
Most-
never
look,
selling
like-
my Xbox
Yeah.
copy of Lego Marvel.
Obviously,
Super-
4
I
million.
got it for $5.
Like obviously,
Yeah.
4 million is huge. Like 4 million is.
Yeah, it's
but
a-
it's
it is.
nothing compared to you think about people on Earth or even gamers.
Well, not even that. The more important
there's
thing here
so
is
many.
time. Time is what is going to make those rare, because 4 million, yeah, that's a lot at the time, but 20 years from now, where are those 4 million
When you
copies?
think about because out of
How
Spread
many
those,
copies of
throughout
NCAA
people-
Football 14 sold?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because
Well,
you look at that,
but
how
you
much
even-
is that worth now?
but
Because
you-
there's no copies of it.
but you
Yeah,
even
and it's
think about-
$150
okay, and you
on
think
eBay
about
right
that.
now.
Copies sold. You have to remember some of those copies are gonna get broken.
Broken,
Don't
scratched.
scratch.
Think about
Lost.
So I
And so
recently
the-
this is sorry.
In reality, it's 2 million. And then
Uh-huh.
you're thinking, oh, 2 million, but 1.5 million of those people aren't
1
going to sell
million
theirs.
copies.
So there's
That's it.
That's it.
For
1 million
wow.
copies of
Dude,
NCAA
that's gonna be
14.
so rare.
when you
And
think
that's the
about
thing.
it, like at least half of those people aren't willing to sell their copies. So there's really
Yeah.
only like
1
500,000.
million. No wonder they canceled their whole thing.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I mean, that's
that's
still
true.
a lot, I guess. 60 times 1 million.
Well, but they
Especially
also
for-
screwed themselves because that
especially for
came out in 2013 when new consoles were coming out and they weren't on the new
Especially when it's
consoles.
barely an upgrade, they made plenty of money. They're like, "Look, change the banner to 2019. Oh, $70 million. Yes, we
Money,
cheated
money,
the world.
Now cancel the
NCAA
series.
Ultimate Team. You can have nobody because we can't give them names. But here's a guy that's level
They're
99.
gonna launch. They're gonna be like NCAA 20, and everybody's like, yeah, and it's gonna come out, and it's like freaking like
It's 14, but
yeah,
barely.
it's like what is gonna be like
Good.
It's gonna be
Because
Tim
that-
Tebow.
Good,
And it's like
because
Tim
that would
Tebow
be
from the
better.
Gators. He's like 2014 graphics. It's like Tim Tebow, and he's like, and it's like Matthew Hall and like BYU, and you're like,
What I would love
the
them
frick
to do is make flashback teams now that they can have that kind of stuff,
Yeah,
and
Tim-
give
that would be
like
big.
and like pay everyone and have like the Tim Tebows and the Reggie Bush and all those teams, like all the teams going back. What
Uh-huh.
Dwayne Johnson,
Peyton
when he
Manning
was on the-
Tennessee team, like
Uh-huh.
all
and,
those
and
the
to
BYU and team that won,
yeah, and
Dwayne Johnson,
so they can
played
finally
football.
beat Utah. I think.
on the
On
Canadian
well,
team or whatever.
No, he played
He
for
bought
actual
Dwayne
college
Johnson
team.
bought
Oh
the
yeah,
XFL.
but I mean he played. Oh yeah, he did buy it.
He bought the he has that's cool.
I was gonna say is to your friend's point. He's right that there are some games that never go up in price because they
just go
did sell a
down.
lot. Like for example, one copy. So I was at the DI.
Skylanders.
So I go around and I try to find good deals on games. So I'll go to yard sales or whatever. At the DI they had a copy of Super Mario Bros. With Duck Hunt on the original NES, and I was like, holy crap, this has to be worth a lot, right? Looked it up on eBay and it goes for like $30-$40. Like, not much. Like that for a game that old, that's 30-40 years old, that is not much. That's less than original retail value. And the reason why is because if you look it up, it's one of the highest selling games of all time. Like, yeah, there's literally like 20 million or more
30,
copies
40
out there.
million copies.
And that game is also readily available on your Switch right now. You can digitally download it on your Switch.
So there's no
Wii
need to
U.
get it.
It's like there's no reason to get the old version. But the ones we're specifically talking about are games that Nintendo hasn't re-released, like Smash Bros. Melee, and there are only so many copies. Like, for example, I just actually went and bought.
And they will never re-release Smash Bros. Melee because they come out with new. Well, no, because like they come out with new Smash Bros. With Nintendo, they won't re-release a game if there's a better version of it. You know what I mean? Like they're not going to remaster Melee because that's just Ultimate. You know, that's the way they see it. I feel like they do that because like they're not going to remaster any Mario Karts.
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to say. Is Mario Kart's a good example where it's like I don't think there's ever been besides Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Like there hasn't been a Mario Kart re-released on another system. No. Besides, like, the very old ones, obviously, like the SNES ones and stuff. Yeah. But, like, I just bought a copy of Smash Bros. Melee, a new one from, not, like, new, but, like, from
Sealed.
someone.
That'd be rare.
That would be super rare. But I actually bought it. And, dude, I'm telling you, I can show you guys. I bought it because it's literally in perfect condition. It's insane. So I had an old copy of Smash Bros. Melee, but the instruction booklet's torn to crap.
You guys played it as kids.
Yeah, we play as kids, and it's, like, torn up. It looks horrible. And the disc is scratched to heck. I don't even know if it, like, plays all the time. So I went and bought like a copy from someone because I was like, I want to have a pristine, nice copy that I know will work, and it's in perfect condition. And like Tanner was saying, say there's I don't know how many copies of Melee sold, but let's say there's 5 million copies out there in the world. How many kids bought that game? And how many of those were owned by kids at the time?
And broken.
And broke it. And I still have a memory of sleeping over at Hasten's house one time, and we stepped on his copy of. I don't remember what it was, but you remember it snapped in half, and we were
it was a WWE game.
Yeah, and it snapped in half, and I felt so bad. And like,
that's gone. That copy is
gone. And
like, not
even if it was broke, but it's scratched, it's like we don't know if that copy works.
And like, you take into account, even without the kids, broken copies, lost copies. Connor now owns a copy of Smash Bros. Melee. Are you willing to sell that?
Never gonna sell that.
Ever.
No.
So that is a copy that is now unavailable.
Up to like 2.5
if it's worth $10 million, I'll consider it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, for the most part, he's basically unwilling.
Yeah.
It's like something that happens. So that's another copy that is now off the market. So it slowly gets down to where it's only like a couple 100,000 at most.
One of the most rare games right now is, what is it called? It's NES Championship, like worldwide championship or something like that. And it was made in like the late 80s, and it was based around like the Olympics or something like that. And I can't remember what it's called, but it literally goes for thousands of dollars now because they only made like a certain amount of copies. It was like super small. It was like under 1,000 or something like that. And nobody sells them. Like there was this story recently, you could probably look it up, where a store, it was like a GameStop or something like that in Washington, had somebody come in to trade that game in. And the guy at the counter was like, holy crap, wait, do you know what game this is? And the guy was like, no. I just want, how much can I get for it? And the guy's like, you can get a lot.
You're like, we'll pay you $4.
We'll pay you $4. Yeah.
But you could get 4,000.
But on eBay, you could get like over 10,000. But yeah, no, legit, he told the guy was honest at GameStop, good for him, but he was like, you can literally sell this on eBay for an insane amount. And he's like, there's only so many copies of this. And the guy had no idea. He was going in to trade it in, and he was literally going to give it.
Imagine just being the GameStop employee, you hold it, you're like, this is like 10 grand, but 34 cents. It's really old.
Good on the GameStop guy, because I tell you what,
I wouldn't have done
I
I'd have some moral
like,
decisions.
I might have pocketed that thing.
Yeah, I'd be
I'm
like,
sorry,
that's going to be $4.
I think I'm a pretty good person. I would have.
I know, right?
No, it's like it gets because you have to be like a pure human to be like, you can have this back.
It's like, listen,
but like,
you can sell this for
10 grand. I'm like,
there was some
10 cents. Yeah,
it's so old. I'm not going to give you anything.
A lot of employees are actually more honest than you think because they did what's it called?
Social survey.
Social whatever thing, and they took these Jordans, which are like the first Jordans ever made, and they took them to these shoe stores. And there was only one guy that was like trying to like pocket the money.
Oh wow!
Every single one, other Foot Locker employees are like
was honest about it.
You know, those guys they were honest about it. They're like, dude, you could sell these for like 45 grand online.
Wow,
like
that's awesome.
Yeah,
so there's more good people in the world. We're just scumbags, is what you're saying.
We would not do that.
Yeah, okay.
So don't come try and sell it to
the thing is ultimately, if I was in this like in the moment, I would probably be too scared to be like.
I would probably tell the truth.
I would too.
Honestly, like. I don't know. I don't want to be a bad person.
No.
I don't care. I'd be like, yeah, fire me. I just got 10 grand.
Well, the thing is,
I get everything I made 10 grand.
It's not even half of my yearly allowance.
Still, like, I'm sorry, but like, you could make 10 grand just like that, like from an old game that this guy obviously didn't even want.
Or you could lose your job.
It's actually really fun to find out some of these really rare games because there's some are so random. There's a Futurama game on the PS2 and Xbox that goes for hundreds of dollars right now because they didn't make a lot, and now it's super rare. It's weird.
It's crazy.
But anyway, let's go ahead and wrap up.
Yep.
Finally, we went really long, but you guys might not know that because this could be a separate episode.
Does that say
But-
16 hours?
Yeah, 16
Yep,
hours.
it's 2 p.m. on Sunday.
Tomorrow.
It's 2 a.m. on Monday morning.
Yay.
All right. Thank you guys for listening. We will see you guys next time. Actually, real fast, we are a entertainment podcast. You can find us on YouTube. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. We're on Twitter at Super Bros Videos, Instagram at Super Basement Bros. We thank you guys for listening. See you later.
Bye.